Oh.
What? My
My
turn. What's up, y'all? It is every other Wednesday night here on 3 Star Draw. It's time for 7's Wild Down South Boys Talking Toys. I am Down South 77, aka 3 Star Draw, and with me, as always, is
Bob Blender. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
And you know who else is with me? Ladies and gentlemen, your main attraction, Cold Slither. Thanks to you.
Give it up for Cold Slither.
Thanks to you. He need a soundboard.
I know. Tell me about it. So I've been talking about that for a year and a half. Yep, got the old Cold Slither, which, as we know, we can just pre-order it now.
Yeah, some bitch.
Just pre-order the hell out of it.
Much ado about nothing, right? Wasn't it a big deal for nothing? We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit. So we are going to talk about some fantasies tonight here in just a little while. We're going to get into what's your fantasy. So not so much that, but
well, I don't know.
It sounded good.
We got into it on the live stream the other night. You know, we were picking our.
We sure did. That went a little bonkers for a few minutes. That was fun though. Had a good time doing that.
After dark Friday night.
Yeah, 3-Star After Dark, which is going to be a frequently infrequent kind of thing.
Okay.
So that's how I'm going to advertise that. So,
okay.
I forgot to put a Instagram post up tonight. I like to put an Instagram post up, and a lot of times I forget it about the show. I'll forget it until like an hour before. Sometimes I don't want to do it too early. I don't want to do it like a day before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it during the day, and I always forget.
Yeah.
So no face or Instagram post today. So
Faceagram.
Same thing.
Instapost.
Yeah, Instapost. I like Instapost. Instapost. It sounds like a song.
I like hitting the post.
Hitting the post.
Yeah, it's all right. They know where to go. They know where to find you.
They know. Hopefully they got the alerts on. I see
Yes,
12 people did at least. So
yeah.
So look, while we're doing that, let's go ahead and say what's up to people that are here, because I know I got buried last time, so I want to do that this time. So MC DJ ACDC, it's Mick DJ.
Mike DJ.
Mick Mike. So we're just going to go with MC DJ.
Whatever you want to do.
U.S. Combat Dojo's in the house. What's going on? Evening all. We got 610 Yojo Daddy.
I love that.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all smash that like button and subscribe. Replay Squad. Thank you. We will be here for you when you hit the replay. We'll be right here for the next 2 hours.
Right in this chair.
Yeah. I'm gonna get up probably once, maybe twice. Menjoza's in the house. What's up, Menjoza?
Yes.
Turk Murphy's Toy Solutions. Let's see. Sabir Del Norte. What's up, my man? How you doing?
Yes, sir.
Running that subway today, probably. Are y'all you guys getting any of the rain? Has it made it that far north yet, Sabir, from that hurricane? I don't know if it's got that far north yet. Let's see here. Get down through the bottom here. Jay Astro's in the house. Always gotta make sure I say what's up to Jay Astro, because he'll blast me in the comments if I accidentally miss him.
Don't you dare.
He does, man. He's ruthless. He's such a poison tongue. Liquid Identity. What's up, Liquid? Let's see. Get down here. All right. Think we got Son of a Crown Slayer. What's happening? There it is. There's the hey now. So there we go. All right. So what you been up to today? You's off today, right?
Yeah. Not.
Uh-oh. We lost Pop Blender. It says devices not connected. So he did tell me he was having a little bit of trouble with his camera before we got started. So hopefully he will be able to get that worked out. Got to have some kind of technical difficulties. The RIP Pop. Oh, there he is. Now I can't hear you. No audio. No audio. Let's see. Hold on. Let me throw that in private. I think he saw it. He's going to reboot. Oh, man. That's the way it goes sometimes. Jay Toy goes in the house. What is going on, Jay? How you doing? Oh, let's see. In Sibir, it has been raining throughout the day today and will tomorrow here also. Nope. No dice. Nope. Oh. You hadn't had any audio issues for a little bit. Turk says do sign language. All right. I feel a reboot coming on. A reboot coming on. Sometimes you have to do that. There's always something going wrong with this stuff. So, let's see. Sibir, it's been raining on and off. I highlighted that already, didn't I? Jay, been having on and off drizzling nasty rain in Virginia. We got some rain today, but it wasn't from the hurricane. It finally got some rain. It's been hot as hell down here the last, I don't know, couple weeks. We had a couple days of decent weather down here, and man, it got hot again. But I think we got a cold front coming up the next couple days, so hopefully be able to chill and actually go outside and not melt. You go outside down here and it feels like you've got a wet towel wrapped around your face as soon as you walk outside. Yeah, Turk says you get a notepad and gremlins in the machine. No Play-Doh Orlay, Brandon. Yes, it does. I see him. I see you back there. I think he's testing out. He can add himself to the stage, so I'm going to let him do what he's doing. So how you guys doing today? Chat, what is going on? How you guys doing? Having a good day today? We didn't get any, I don't think we got much G.I. Joe news in the way of obviously new stuff or new pre-orders or anything like that. Just the same crazy ass randomness in the way some of this stuff is shipping out. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to see, give Pop Blender time to get back in. Yeah, humidity's off the charts. This summer's been a hot one. It has, and it got hot quick. What's up, Paul Morales? How you doing, man? And Turk says it's supposed to cool off here. Yeah, you're not really all that far from us. So I think that same cold front that's coming through up there is what's hitting us and finally bringing us some decent weather. We've got days next week in our forecast that are supposed to be in the 70s for highs. That is unheard of in August. So I hope that is indicative of what fall is going to be like, and I hope it gets here quick. So let me see what I have that I can bring up too much without affecting anything we're going to talk about. I'll show this one. I'll pull this one up. And Pop's back there. He can hear me talk about it. So I don't know if he saw this or not. Saw this earlier. I think this was this morning. Full Force shared this. And it was posted, I think, for him. And then he reshared it. So these guys are supposedly hitting U.S. shores right now. We got Budo, Slice and Dice. The police officer, which is an interesting one, Dial Tone, Dark Lawn, and Monkey Ranch, which is interesting because Dark Lawn's been here, I mean, for a little bit now. I don't know, I bet this is Pop that just texted me. And yep, he's rebooting. So we'll hopefully that will help and get him back on the screen with us. Oh, let's see. Action Figure Addict is in the house. What's going on, Kyle? And can we take dial tone off the milk cartons now? Man, let's wait till everybody's got him that's got him ordered. Let's wait till he gets there. Maybe shrink the picture down a little bit, but I don't think we can take him off yet. I thought most of the quotas were met with that last bit that shipped out. I thought most everybody had finally gotten dial tone, but apparently not. Because I've seen a lot of people that it's like, hey, yo, you didn't get mine yet. What's up? So we're down here. Yeah, so finally got the wave with Dark Lawn in stores. Not any here that I have seen yet. I know they are in Tennessee, but not that I have seen in Middle Tennessee. I know Jackson.
Check one.
Oh, there you go.
You hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right, finally. Yeah, I had to reboot. I don't know. Yeah, it cut out. It's technology. It's wonderful. What are we looking at here?
So I saw this Full Force posted this earlier. So these guys has supposedly just hit US ports. So we got Budo, Slice and Dice, the Popo, Dial Tone, Dark Lawn, and Monkey Wrench.
You talked. We talked about Monkey Wrench. You'd said that. Lo and behold.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about some old Monkey Wrench here.
That's cool.
In a minute.
That's cool.
But I thought Dial Tone, Dark Lawn, I thought was interesting because seems like most everybody has been able to get him, and Action Figure Addict has got that wave in stores down here. I saw, you know what? I take that back. I did see Dark Lawn. I've seen Dark Lawn and Blowtorch. I have one Walmart that I go to that through this whole thing has carried classified. I take that back. I did see Dark Lawn and Blowtorch at that Walmart. So what I'm curious about is, will Dial Tone go out to any stores, do you think?
Oh, man. Hey, is he just as hard to get as when we were kids? Isn't this eerily similar? Now, we both have him.
Yeah.
But like when we were kids, this was the thing. We've talked about it before. He was a hard figure to find down here for whatever reason. And you could find most all the figures. But he was, for whatever reason, a hard one to find. And then you found him, and got me one also back in the day. But this is so weird just for this figure. And I don't even know that everybody's even whelmed by that figure. If that even makes, like... Some people love it. A lot of people are just kind of like, it's cool. But for it to be so hard to get just doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense to me.
I think, I don't know, man. I think we talked about it. I think it was because it was that switch over, like at the factories. It was him and Heavy Duty, and that's why some people got him and then they vanished. So he's still, as of yet, he's still kind of elusive. I just thought when they sent that last batch out, like when you finally got yours, I thought everybody had finally gotten him. He's a great figure. He's a top 10 figure this year, at least so far. What we've seen so far. Let's see. Jay says, "Oh, we lost Pop again." Damn it. Hopefully he can get that straight. Just as Todd C says, will Pop stop streaming once AOL shuts down services into September? Yeah, that's something that I should have actually pulled up to talk about, but I bet he'll talk about it on Sunday. And Jay says, Crystal Ball was the first classified figure I had to pay scalper prices for. If you want him that badly, I say go for it. But like he hasn't even completely released yet. Like Pulse still hasn't shipped their crystal balls, so there's even more of them that are going to be coming into circulation, I guess. And I think their date on him is the 1st. That was the one I looked at. I looked at a bunch of them and I forgot to look at Crystal Ball. So I'll pull him up on Pulse and double check that. I got it, of course, open. There he is, good old Dick King here. September 1st on Pulse. So we still got some more coming out. I've not seen any of that new setup at my Walmarts, Jay. The ones I've been going in, they all have the one singular section that one side of it is games and the other side is Play-Doh. I swear, I think's on the other side. Are you back?
Check. 1, 2.
You're back.
I'm here. Hopefully, more than momentarily. I've got 3 monitors, so I'm like, okay, then maybe if I move one screen over to the left monitor instead of having both of them on the same one. So we'll see what I can do. I apologize. I have no idea why it's cutting out on me. To be honest with you, I had no problems last night at all. None.
Yeah, you hadn't had any trouble with it for a while.
And actually, hang on, because I'm don't talk, because I'm going to get an echo, because I have to go back into my volume settings and put it back through my headphones. So yeah, there's probably a echo and all that good stuff. So yeah, sorry guys. Give me 1 second. What the f is going on here? Seriously. Sorry y'all. This is not normally the way this rolls here. Okay, check 1, check 1. Give me a check 1, 2, will you?
Check 1, 2.
Okay, that's better. Holy shit, man. Off the damn rails. The story of my life right now.
Always.
All right.
All right.
I got a canceled Crystal Ball yesterday. Speaking of canceled orders, I got the cancellation yesterday, but I got him from you last weekend. So
and I got mine last week. I ordered one. The second go around, the first time back in whatever April, they canceled. I had 2 ordered and they canceled it. No rhyme or reason, no nothing. But they canceled it instead of bumping it up. So when it finally come back up, I got in and I got one ordered, and they did send mine. Of course, I'd already bought them from Pop Culture, so give you one that they sent me. But yeah, it's crazy the way people are finding him, and that's something that we're going to talk about is why are they canceling pre-orders and people are buying 6 of them in the store.
Yeah.
So one of ours has Blowtorch and Fraggy Boys. That Frag Viper is such a good figure. They've been getting a lot of the way with Footloose, Frag Viper, Dark Lawn, Blowtorch. Well, it looks like with this new. Wait, what?
That was a while ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my AOL 70 free hour disc ran out the first time I cut out, and that's why it kicked me off. I've had that one since 1993, I think. And I finally used up the 70 free hours. And then the second time I was on Prawn Hub, and I was, yeah, Turk, you're right. You got me.
Busted, you shake down, take down, you busted. So Bobby Wald is here. Bobby says Walmart did a whole nother round of cancellations this week on Crystal Ball, and that's what got you, right?
Yeah, because I'd heard about it from other people. I think Matthew sent me a text as well, and a couple other people, just finding out, watching streams, right? And it's like, oh, I haven't gotten a cancellation yet, nor had I hooked up with you either, until last Saturday. So, but yeah, it did. It came through yesterday, like I said. It's fine, but that's like, why? Why?
It makes no sense whatsoever.
Is it?
It's so ridiculous.
You order. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Todd C's in the house says Walmart's a mess. The local scalper has beaten, I think, me 2 trucks. He's been cleaning the pegs. That came out pretty funny, though. The local scalper's beat 2 trucks.
He's either pulling a Rocky, okay? He's pulling a Rocky, or a whole nother conversation.
Well, it was
And
that other Stallone movie from
there's
his beginning
also
of his.
pegs involved. There's also some peg action going on. So I'm not sure what's happening here, Todd. Damn it, we need you to clarify that. No, I just have a this is my biggest thing. When you pre-order something, you okay, look, chalk it up. There's one for that guy, and we save that one for that guy so that when it comes in, that guy gets it. It's
Yep.
it's simple. It's numbers. It's simple. Like this is not like I don't understand how this can't be anything other than a simple process. It's and so I'm always amazed when this stuff happens because and then people wonder why people get upset. Well, it's not just once, it's not just twice, it's not three times a lady. This shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
Why does it happen all the time? Are you overselling your product? Are you over promising? Right? Like, well, why? That makes no sense. Are you that scared that you're going to overproduce a product that's in high demand right now?
Yeah, I don't get it. Like it should be real simple. Like people
Yeah.
that order it, you set aside that many when the pre-orders close or done, whatever. And when the shit comes in, you send it to them people first, then you stock the shelves.
I just don't
Uh,
how that's pretty simple process, right? Like that's just like anything. I mean,
uh,
I don't know.
Jay's oh, there he goes again. Damn it. That's just random too. Uh Jay says my theory is Walmart didn't have enough crystal balls to fill the display, so they canceled pre-orders. See, I think they just put them all on the pegs, and that's exactly what they did. Was if the stores got them, they went out, and however those things are supposed to ship, like if they pull from stores, whatever they do, I don't know, but all of the inventory went to the stores, and they got put out when this reset that technically most stores I don't even think are supposed to have it done yet, but they just started chunking them everything on the shelf, the Constructicon, the Gamerverse, the Omega Red, all of that new Spider-Man reissues. Like I didn't even know all of them were about to come out, and those are the guys I want. Like I'm pretty selective on like Marvel Legends and stuff, but I like Spider-Man and I like the classic villains. So like all of those Spider-Man figures, the Rhino and was it Rhino, Sandman, and J. Jonah Jameson that are hitting. I think, but those are like three that I want those guys. I want those classic guys, and especially Electro when he comes out. And Todd, pop open your floppy disk and blow out the dust. Well, he can't now. Maybe that's what he's gonna do. He had trouble, a lot of trouble in the past with getting on and stuff, like everything showing that it's perfect, like signal strength and everything. And then it would just randomly do this, and it'll go through periods where it'll do it and then it won't. It'd be fine for 6 weeks, and then he'll have a night where everything just goes down the toilet. So hopefully he can get it worked out. But yeah, it didn't happen one time last night. I watched this whole stream. So anyway, back to this right here. Oh man, have you seen those guys? See, I want to get those guys. And the problem is, if I walked into Walmart and they only had those, and I saw them, be like, I want all three of those, but can I spend $75 on Marvel Legends, knowing what I'm about to get hit with through Pulse? It's like, knowing I might not see them again. I don't know. So back to this over here. So the police officer is the kind of the surprise, but not a surprise. Slice and Dice is slated for September 1st through Pulse, and I'll double check that. And Dice, make sure they hadn't bumped it up when I wasn't looking. Yeah, so they're still scheduled for September 1st. So it's not a surprise. I figured we'd start seeing those guys ship at right after SDCC, since people that were there were able to get them. I thought they would be like, all right, good to go, send it, and we'd start getting notices for Slice and Dice, but that hasn't happened, which I really want those guys, but I can't say I'm all that broken up about not getting hit with another charge just yet. Oh, Hot Blender has 2. I'm not going to add you. I see you back there. He's back, but he has 2 stayed back stages down there. So let's see. Todd says, honestly, if people stop reselling, we'd always see figures on the pegs. No parents or kids are buying this. It's other collectors. For the most part, I think you're right. I don't think it's 100%, but especially with the comic book stuff. Well, classified stuff, that's probably another story, but I think the comic book stuff, probably got a little better chance of kids actually wanting that stuff, especially like the ones that look more cartoony, like the Spider-Man retros. They look like they stepped out of the comic panel, but definitely not with Joe's. It's us buying Joe's. Anybody that can get their kids interested in classifieds deserves a medal.
All right. We're going to
thank you.
I changed to Opera GX browser, and I said fuck Chrome, because it has to be a Chrome issue. If it happens again, then I'll know then either something's going on with my mic cable or something, but it's a brand new cable practically. It's barely bent. So yeah, we'll see. We'll find out. But I switched browsers, so we'll see if Opera GX actually makes a difference, and I'll use this moving forward instead of Chrome. Google has enough of my information anyway. All right,
sorry about that. Got it. That's all right, man.
Jesus Christ,
happens sometimes, so no big deal. And Jay says, "Yeah, I forgot Rhino he's Kingpin price because he's huge." And yep,
Jay Jonah, baby, hell yeah.
Jay Jonah looks good.
So to just retouch on that real quick, and I because I'm scrambling and not able to read the chat, really ultimately it's a numbers game, right? I just feel like this issue happens a lot, and no, it's not Pulse canceling your order, but I mean either way, it's just a numbers game, right? And if you have X amount of pre-orders, then you hover somewhere around in there, right? You're going to have stock for sale on your own site as well. Then you've got your retailers, right, and all that kind of stuff. So I just don't understand why the pre-order cancellations like that happen on the regular or regular enough. It just doesn't make sense. If someone that works in that business or in large scale retail could explain it to me and just say, hey man, there's a lot more to it. I know it's not just cut and dried, but at the same time, it's like, it's a pretty consistent product. So that's what for me, I just don't understand why this seems to be an issue when you go ahead and put in your order and you say, hey, I'm down, man. Put me down for one. Charge me, whatever. Let's go. That should just be like, hey, this many people ordered it. That means we need this many figures. Just that baseline, right?
Yeah.
Let alone whatever else you need to stock your shelves or
need at least that many to go out and fill these pre-orders.
Yeah.
It astounds me. And like we talked about earlier, I'm gonna lead into something else.
Okay.
But I got another friend, and we talked about this earlier, that I told him, I was like, hey, check Walmart, like something's on there, and he just was like, I got it ordered somewhere else. I'm not ordering from Walmart. I'm like, fair enough. I feel you. I didn't have really any problems ordering from Walmart until that last crystal ball cancellation back in whatever April.
Yeah.
I always had good luck with getting stuff from them. It was their packaging.
Yeah, right.
I've talked about it. I've got the retro card. Oh no, that was not that. No, not that one. Not that crystal ball. I didn't even, because that one wasn't actually damaged. Right. I didn't make a deal out of that. But oh man, goddamn, that box was messed up. I should have put it on here.
Yeah, they kicked it all the way to your house.
They kicked it here. But no, back in 23, I guess. Like I've got retro card Snake Eyes, and I actually made a video about it way back. As a older video complaining about Walmart, but I've actually got the retro card Snake Eyes, the most sought after figure in the retro card line.
Yep.
Got it from Walmart. I caught it when they just happened to have it up. I got Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow at the same time. They had them both. Got lucky. And they shoved that shit into a box 2 sizes too small and bent the card over like this and just shoved it down in the box.
Of course they did.
And yeah, and that's one I wasn't gonna open. Like I had no plans to open that figure, and I still hadn't. Like I set it out and put like a stack of books on top of it for a week on trying to straighten that card back out. So
Right.
I never really had a lot of issues. I survived the Big Ben and Range Viper debacle that year. I got mine. I know a lot of people's, that was a big deal. So it's like all these places, and especially with the exclusives, it's just such a mess trying to get these exclusives from anywhere.
You better not voice your opinion on that, especially
voice
live in person.
I voice my damn opinion.
But
You guys are being crybabies and whiners on that, right? Steve Martin's here, says toy companies need the person running the Girl Scouts inventory. I've
right?
never seen them run out
Hello.
of cookies. If they can hire Girl Scouts of America and whoever oversees the Chick-fil-A drive-through.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, seriously, like what the hell, man? And you know, does this happen in the car industry? Does it happen with, you know, other products, kitchen product? I don't know. I mean, look, I know people aren't running out pre-ordering blenders and shit, but yeah, right, maybe. But yeah, I again, I don't understand. I really don't. And then you have plenty of people that have no problem at all. Right? No problem at all. Never
Yeah.
have an issue. It is what it is. Sometimes it does work
Just
that way.
Just as weird, like Sabir's
So
comment.
yes,
Walmart
this.
canceled my pre-order of 1 crystal ball and sent me the pre-order of 2 in the same week and claimed the first payment failed, but the second one was fine, and it was the same. But see, that's the kind of shit that they do. Like, man, just tell me something. Tell
But
me
you know,
what's really going on.
you know, Pulse or Hasbro or whomever is in charge of those payments, you know, it happened a few weeks ago. They canceled like 3 of my orders, including Snake Armor. I mean, they just went ahead and just canceled them.
Yep.
All of it, and luckily got them reinstated. But yeah, it was like, why? And the guy was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
that was the
couldn't
answer.
tell you.
I don't know. I was like,
couldn't tell you.
Wonderful.
Starfighters here says, I wonder if those that pre-ordered through Hasbro will get him, or if they'll cancel those. Coming through Pulse, probably not. You'll probably get them through Pulse.
I would assume. I mean, and whatever happened to me for whatever reason was just kind of a, like, you know, but normally that does not happen with them. They usually you just have to wait longer, right? I mean, that's the bottom line with them. You just have to wait it out while everybody else gets it.
That's generally the idea with Pulse is you're going to get it last, but you're going to get it.
Yes.
So that's why guys like me that order it from 3 places wind up sometimes will get left holding the bag and have an extra figure or 2. So back to this, and we'll get off of this picture here. So the police officer figure, I've heard it echoed and other people say it, and I said it back when whatever happened with that figure happened. I think this guy's just going to show up. I think they're gonna
no announcement, no fanfare. It's
just
gonna kind of happen, right?
Yep. I don't think, I could be wrong, but I think they will probably do like a Instagram post or something and be like, you know, legacy police officer available tomorrow at 1 Eastern, and that's
Right.
that's it. Probably turn comments off for it, but that's what I could be wrong because we've got there's events coming up, but if it is showing up here, usually we see stuff within 6 weeks of it. When we see these, it's hit the shore post, unless it's something like like a Haslab or something, they might wait on it. But so be on the lookout for those guys. Everybody be on the lookout for Darklon, who I can order from like 6 places right now and have him in
Right.
2 days.
Yeah.
I don't get that, but
Yeah.
I don't get that. So let's see. I'm gonna look at the comments over here. Why that happens, a mystery. Yeah, I mean that's no one knows. It's a great secret of the universe.
And if you ordered a couple things like Bobby did, and then they say, well, your payment failed on Crystal Ball. Well, that's not Bobby's fault. I mean, the
Yeah,
payment failed because Hasbro couldn't fulfill their end of the bargain. That's why the payment failed, because there was nothing for them to give you. That's what I'm guessing. So they're just like, well, we'll just lie, and we'll pretend like you don't have the money. We'll
yeah.
pretend like your card is wrong or your bank declined it or whatever, and we'll just put it on you instead of actually
Well,
telling you what the fuck happened.
well, that did, that happened to me last year with my Rattler, and I saw that it happened to some people with the Snow Cat this year that used the card and not
Okay.
through PayPal.
Okay.
So it's some kind of something with the card processing, and that was through Pulse. I don't know, but I've never, like what Bobby says here, I've never had Pulse cancel on me. Both Target and Walmart have.
Yeah. It was a shock to me, and I get it, Sabir, and that was the main reason why I was pissed off. I know I'm going to find the divers. I know I was going to find like whoever else was on that order they canceled. I can't remember, but
Law and Order, I think,
Law
was
and
one
Order,
of those.
yes, Law and Order, and I said, okay, I'll be able to get. I know they'll be able to get them, but the snake armor, that's a different ball game. That's tricky. And so when I called the guy, yeah, he was like, man, I don't know. And then he came back and told me he was able to reinstate the order. So I mean, at least I got lucky. But yeah, that was why I would have been more upset with them, because just for no reason they just sent cancellation. So yeah, I'd be the same way, Sabir.
I'm checking something here.
Um,
So I was looking at Sabir's comment there on the snake armor, because they're September 1st. So get the wallets ready. They'll be, if that holds true, they'll be charging snake armors next week.
Jay makes an interesting point too. It's like his dad will order the same shit, all right, at like the same time. But then, his will get, his orders will get there like weeks before, right? And but it's kind of the Rattler thing, right? The Rattler thing. It's like, well, we're going to figure out if you were one of the first people to back it, did you get it early? Or if you're one of the last people to back it, did you get it early? Or why would you get it last? And I just don't think there's any rhyme or reason.
No, there's definitely not for those, because I mean I know people ordered it the first day and got it.
Yeah.
Just now getting it or hadn't gotten it yet.
Or
Turk is here. Turk, did you hear anything on yours yet?
Oh yeah,
because I know Turk was like he was getting a little irritated because he never heard
I'm curious.
anything.
I'm a little curious. Is there any possibility in the world that it would be done by last name first? Alphabetical order. I know it doesn't make any sense. I know it's dumb, but as we've seen, a lot of times it doesn't make sense. So I mean, I know region would be generally your first indicator of where something's going, but I got mine way before you did, and we're 15, 18, 20 minutes apart.
Yeah.
We're in the same section of, what I mean? Like, so if you were going to ship something out to a region, they would have come at the same time, I would assume, right?
You would think.
So then I'm like, okay, well, is it a thing of last name? I know someone that's still waiting on theirs, and his last name starts with an S. My last name starts with an A.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's dumb, but I'm just, what if? It's like,
yeah.
What if? I don't know.
I mean, and even going by that, I wouldn't have been that far apart from you if it was by last name. So, You know, I don't think it would have been that far apart.
Right.
Shows up to Figure Fight Club is in the house,
Hell yeah.
and
There he
Matthew
is.
Matson
What's
ordered
up?
my Rattler in the first 30
30
minutes, and
minutes.
I may get it tomorrow. Last round, I ordered the Snow Cat in the last 30 seconds, and hoping I get it first next time. So,
And you know, Matthew, he had me going. He's like, nah, I didn't get it. I'm
yeah,
like, what? Nah, I wasn't getting it. I don't know. And it's like, yeah, right before the campaign ends.
and the guy that is in the omnibus holding a Snow Cat.
Yeah, right. Like, wait a minute. Yeah, no, I backed mine the last day. So there, take that.
I did it on Wednesday of that last week. So
Yeah, mine was. I think it wasn't on the last day. I think I did do it like a 2 or 3 days beforehand, but I think we all knew it was going to clear all the tears. I mean, come on, let's not kid ourselves.
yeah. Oh, and that's something else because we got some numbers here. So
That's right.
we're gonna talk about who
Yeah.
got close.
Well,
So Turk says finally got tracking information, but it's bounced around on days this week. Are you checking on the FedEx app? Because that's gonna be your more accurate
yeah.
you know, I got my notification, you know, like I talked about it the day before from Hasbro, the day before it arrived, and I knew 4 days ahead of time from FedEx. So
Yeah, my Cobra shitter was delayed a day. You know, it was like said it was being delivered, you know, and then it showed up yesterday rather than Monday.
Same.
And,
Mine
yeah,
was supposed to be here Monday.
didn't bounce around for a few weeks, that's for sure. But you know, I mean, I wouldn't have been as concerned about it if it was the Rattler that was being bounced around.
Yeah,
That
right.
concerned me, yes.
And I wasn't as upset with the fortification because I'm not even sure I'm going to open it. So
Yeah,
that's another story with the Rattler.
You said that. Now Matthew has a couple of them, man, and he, you know, took some pictures, and it does look cool. I think for everybody that's like, oh, there's a fucking box, but I mean, it's something. It's not Checkpoint Alpha, but it's something, you know,
That's
and that's something we
because
don't have.
that's because he has two. The pictures of
I
just
get it.
one
Yeah, I
look
get it.
sad.
I know. Well, you know what? I'm a sad son of a bitch,
Yeah.
and I only
Well,
order one of everything, so I wasn't
the
gonna get two of them anyway.
the pictures themselves don't look sad. It looks sad not being able to spread it out.
Yeah,
And
I understand. I mean, if you can place it, you know, if you have some of those auxiliary, you know, or accessories like a stop sign and
oh
a
yeah,
gate, and all that kind of stuff, you can fill that out. And if you just have one, then you can use it as a check, right? You know, but I guess you know I get what you're saying.
So going back to this picture and the conversation that I said I had with another buddy this morning. So
Yeah.
Monkey Wrench is on this picture. Monkey Wrench supposedly just hit US shores, but did anybody see that Walmart had him in stock online this morning?
Yeah, I missed that, but there's a reason why I did, and you didn't call me, and there's a reason why you didn't do that, and not in a bad way.
I don't think it matters because he was gone so quick.
Fast. Yeah.
I woke up and I forgot to go back. I saw a post in one of the Facebook groups. When I get up, I usually swing my feet over the bed and stretch and got to warm up like an old car for a minute before I get up. And unfortunately, like most of us, when I do that, I look at my phone. So I wind up sitting there for 5 minutes. And I saw a post on one of the Facebook groups that, hey, Walmart's got Monkey Wrench in stock. And I was like, no way. Because I've been checking. It's where I got a Cobra Commander and blood from. And, or no, Cobra Commander I got. So I open it up and I search it up. And sure enough, they got that son of a bitch in stock. So I ordered him. And there he is. And this actually now, I took this screenshot earlier and saved it. He's on the way now. So at least the label's been created. So I should have Monkey Wrench sometime this weekend, I guess.
Well, they're not going to be able to deliver it to you. The address is all smudged out.
I know. I'm going to have to just go out and try to flag them down.
Yeah, they just can drive right by your house. For those who want to know, it's 123 Elm Tree Lane.
Elm Street. Elm Street. I was trying to think of the what's the damn Munsters address?
Yeah, boy. I don't know. Matthew will probably
Shadow
chime in with that one.
Shadow Brook. That's what I was trying to think of. So yeah, it was so that leads me to something else. So I was just gonna let you guys know, check Walmart for Monkey Ranch because he's still showing October on Pulse. So be checking Walmart's because Cobra Commander, Snake Eyes, and Blood were all there. I saw you starred that. What's up, Roman?
Roman, what's up?
What up? Well, funny you should ask, Matthew. You can go ahead and highlight that right there. What the hell is going on with this? And I could just pull it up on Pulse instead. I did screenshots on my phone like an idiot, and I could just pull it up and show it. Yes, he's in stock, except you can't add it to your cart, and the pre-order window has ended. What's really going on?
Okay. Again. What? Again, what? Like, how does this, who communicates with who?
Nobody.
Every business has tech people now. They have app people, right? They have, go down the line, every department. It's just part of business now. But you see little weird shit like this all the time, let alone how terrible the app is if you try to use it on your phone. And I installed it, so I don't even know if it even works now like it used to not. Yeah, what? Like, this shit is dumb.
So it finally showed back up. So we talked about this, like, for a long time. Like, this thing showed up and it was gone. I mean, like within a day or two, and sold out. And eventually they took it off the site, and it's been gone up until this last week when people were, getting ready to start getting it. We got charged for it last week. So they put it back on the site. But yeah, it says in stock, pre-order window ended. You can't add it to your cart. At least they do have a limit of 3 per customer.
It's funny how everybody bags on this thing and talks about how stupid it is, and yet for some reason it just disappeared and you couldn't order it, right? Because all I ever heard was how dumb it was. It's a shitter box, blah, 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 blah. But yet, if you didn't get on that original ride, you wasn't getting on that ride.
Yeah.
Right?
And you never know. You don't know. Like,
no, but you don't know.
Yeah, everybody, when the All Striker went up for pre-order, we jumped on that sumbitch. It ain't never went out of stock.
Yeah,
and you could get it now.
You would think if something was like, it would be that, not this, right? Like, it just guessing, but obviously one's a bit more costly or whatever, a little bit. But
so we did get to see the figure, so we actually got to get hands on with it at Joe Fest with the one that Lawrence got from Dave, and the figure's cool. So,
yeah, it's cool.
But I wanted to bring that up, man, because we always talk about their app and their system and everything. Like, how does this happen? You bring it back and then it's in stock, but you can't order it. And is it in stock? Is it not in stock? People are getting it. Like, the first round has shipped. Well, right. You would think if they've got them, why would they not just fix this and put them up?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a communication thing. I mean, I assume most of that stuff's been streamlined to where you're just checking boxes, right? Like, you have kind of your program, and then you're able to just go through and kind of check in stock, out of stock, right? It's like a toggle, or it's fully automated and it automatically does it for you. As a company, I know we kind of have systems like that where I work, but there still are some manual things you have to put in. Like, if you only have 14 or something left, you can manually put that number in. It won't tell you. You have to do that yourself. So I don't know, however that works. But again, this is a common thing. It might not be just this particular thing, but it'll be something else, and then something else, right? Or something else. It's normal for them, and you would think at a point, like if you heard enough about it, if you got enough emails, if you're paying attention to the conversations and you're watching some streams or maybe reading some Reddit, whatever it is, I don't care. Then you kind of go, hey, this is something we need to fix, right? Like it's causing people to miss out. It's causing people to have issues, and the last thing you want is for your fans to have a hard time getting your product. You want to sell your product.
Yeah.
So and it's not this, hey, we need to artificially create FOMO, so we're only going to manufacture, let's say, 7,800 of these things instead of 10,000 or whatever that number is. I don't think they want to do that either, because they're not in the collector market. They're not worried about value going up or down. The value means nothing to them because they're not going to get any money from that, in the secondary market. So really, again, it's a numbers game. And then it's a communication game, and it's a competency game of having the right people in place to take care of the jobs that you've employed them for, or your automated system is fucked up. It's something. There's a problem.
The thing that helps them and matters to them is the damn FOMO that this puts on everything else. And Crayon Slayer's comment here, so that's why I pulled it up. Will the Joe Shithouse be pre-order only as well? And yeah, it's right here, still available, because nobody wants this ugly sandwich.
I don't really want it. I don't
with
care.
A steel core guy that nobody wants anymore.
Again, yeah, come on, man.
But here's the thing. So exactly what we're talking about here. So this one right there's your Cobra one. Just exactly what we're talking about. I said I don't even know if I'm gonna open mine unless I get another one. Nobody's ordering the Joe one, or they way are overproducing the Joe one. So here's the thing: you hear us talking, you see the pictures. Matthew got two, put them together, looks awesome. When you spread them out, this one is going to be the same way. So if you think you might want a Joe fortification, but you want at least two of them to build up or build out or whatever, they're still up. Don't wait. I don't love this. I don't love the Joe one. I have one ordered, and I may or may not. Actually, I don't even think I did order this. I don't think I did pre-order this.
It's just a matter of, like, do you think this will be available later on down the line somewhere?
That's
or are you going to have to kind of pay that, extra tax for, not wanting it, but then you do want it? Or, and as Matthew says, with the stripe and everything, I don't think they're going to do the headquarters. They're not going to, I don't think they're going to manufacture that. But if you were someone who is able to 3D print or get something like that, then yes, I guess this would be a nice little addition to have with play sets. But again, I don't need another Steel Core member, man. And I really don't care about this much. I mean, I didn't really care about the Cobra one either, but I liked it a little better because of the figure.
I don't love it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to see what it is selling for on eBay.
Yeah.
I want to know. I'm just curious to see. So they're selling for about $100. The Cobra one's selling for about $100 on eBay.
$40 more. And me and this is during the talking figures thing that I had with Legends. We brought this up. It's like, and he talked about this on Smoking Joe's. It's like, if you want something, you'll figure out how to get it. You'll pay for it if you really want it. If you didn't get it before, you're going to figure out a way to get it. If it really bothers you that much, you will pay more for it, or find a way to maybe trade somebody or whatever.
Yep. Dreadnought K6 is in the house, watching but can't chat. What's up, Dreadnought? So that if you think you may want the Joe one and build you a little Joe for it, then you know, go ahead and get it while you can, because it is an exclusive. And Liquid says the turd station will hit outlet,
Yeah.
maybe. But that's the thing. Like,
Yeah,
we
you
don't
don't
really
know.
ever know.
You
We don't
don't
know.
know. I bring it up all the time. Nobody gave a shit about that first cover girl figure, and then for some crazy reason, she was a hot commodity there for like, a few weeks or
Yeah.
something. It was like, it just can't find her. The price has gone up. It's like, why? Mine's fucking arm was hanging off when I got it.
Bobby says the Steel Brigade helmet's probably going to be the one thing that dethrones Snake Eyes for the most variants. It could be. Jay ordered one of the Joes.
Jay Astro must be. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm like, is he giving us his address? Is he trying to get a Cobra shitter? Is that what's going on here?
Sometimes you can wait and catch one of those sales, but it sells out. I wouldn't wait for a sale on this. I would order this, and if you think you want more, wait for the sale.
Yeah.
Jay's either behind or he's messing with us.
Well, he said it earlier. Is that 1313 Mockingbird? Is that the
it's the Munsters?
Munsters.
Yeah, it's the Munsters address. A couple people said it. Back then.
Yep.
So let's see. So while we're looking at Pulse, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. While we're looking at Pulse, we got to do this. So, in case you guys didn't hear, the Snow Cat made it.
Wait, what?
If you didn't know by now, it did fund with all the tiers.
Holy
Breaking news. I know it. Broke it here first. So 2 weeks ago, when we talked about the Snow Cat, and we're not going to delve into much other than the numbers on it. It's really all we'll talk about. So we did wind up with the total number of 16,437 backers for it. But when it closed, it was up to, it had gone up to almost 18. And then it went down to 15, like almost 16. And then it settled at 16,437 because it almost hit 18 when we hit, when we were watching it on Circle of Jerks doing the countdown for it, kept refreshing. It ended and it had almost hit 18 and then it dropped back down.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Yeah, it was kind of weird.
I don't know. I maybe that's last minute cancels. It wasn't payment processing because they didn't process payment.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It probably was all those people that were told to back 5 of them. So that it would, you know what I'm talking about? Like that kept getting reiterated over and over, back 5, and then back out 4 of them. And I know a lot of people probably did that. And then it's like, oh, -4.
Yeah.
-4. I could see that happening with that and change that number.
Yeah. And Liquid. Yeah, I agree. The Snowcat rally on the last day.
It was, but I also figured that's exactly what would happen.
I did too. That's I was not expecting it all in the last day. I was expecting it to go over the line for all tiers in the last day.
Right.
But I mean, it literally went from unlocking Lady J almost 24 hours before to everything.
Yeah, it was like bang, bang, bang. And it's like, but I really thought that it did move slow, which I do believe it does give you an idea of people's desire for this Haslab. But ultimately, most everybody that's gotten the others probably going to get this one. And I just kind of figure we would have like that last day or two surge to fund all the tiers and get it over the top like that. I just,
so I'm knowing I was going to back it. Of course, I'm glad that it did get there. So
yeah, hell yeah. I mean, look, I waited and waited. I wasn't sure. I flip-flopped and waffled on it, but I know when I get it, I'm going to be like, yeah, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we're going to talk about a few more numbers right here, but I do want to say what up to B's
What's
Battlegrounds.
up,
What's up,
Baze?
Bobby? How you doing, man? He didn't have much hope for Flint, but he made it. I'm one of the people that still says that the bivouac should have been the last tier. They were smart because if you get Lady J, you want Flint.
Right. They know what they're doing, but I know where you're coming from too, right?
I still feel like there's far more people that wanted the bivouac set than wanted Lady J or Flint.
I
So
agree.
that's just my assessment of it. And Viper Scout is also joined us. What's up, Viper
What's up,
Scout?
buddy?
So we're gonna go through the numbers. We did 2 weeks ago when we were here, right
Yep.
before it ended. We did our predictions, and I got some from the chat on where we thought it would finish up. And there's not a lot of them. A lot of people just, didn't want to do it or whatever. So there's not a lot. So I'm going to start from the bottom and go up of what I wrote down here.
And
So
what was the final tally?
the final tally was 16,437.
There it is.
That's
All
the
right.
total.
I just
So
blew my screen up. All right, cool.
So from the bottom of my list going up, and there's a couple of people that aren't here tonight. So Krusty Old Crow guessed 14,275.
Okay.
GI Jetman guessed 15,711. Sabir Del Norte guessed 18,000. Triple D's Dungeons guessed 11,623. Todd C guessed 14,001. J Torgo guessed 11,000. Pop Blender guessed 14,600.
Damn.
And Down South 77 guessed 16,200.
Close to the pin. Holy shit. Like closest to the pin. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's pretty good. When you and I'd forgotten what I guessed. I was like 14. Yeah, that sounds the way this thing's moving. That's pretty good. That's
And I
really
actually,
good.
and we did this for the Dragonfly last year,
Yeah.
and I think I was closest on the Dragonfly too.
I think you were too.
So but I said we'd go back over the list. Matthew, I guess I didn't write Matthews down.
17K.
17 on Matthew.
Yeah, but you can't go over.
Yeah. Jay Astro says he just ordered Monkey Wrench on Walmart too.
Oh,
so,
cool. Okay, sweet, man.
Maybe he showed back up, y'all. So go get your
Better
your
look.
Monkey Wrench.
I'm looking right now.
Monkey Ranch. Same time toys in the house. Shane, what is going on?
What's up, Shane?
My man. How you doing, Shane? Rattler holds the record for the most Joe orders? Was it the Rattler or the Hiss? Matthew will know. Matthew will know. One of the two. I think it was the Hiss, but I may be wrong. Because I don't think it shows the Hiss orders on there anymore.
Let's just take a look. Not available.
Yeah.
Not available. There you
go. Let's just look. There it is. Yeah, because it's the pre-order page. I looked at it the other day. It just goes back to the campaign page. And it's funny, you read back through this because it's got the commercials and it has the contest for the color for the technician.
Yep.
There's all the colors. So, which I was not part of this. So this was before my time in classified, although you tried to convince me otherwise. And let's see. I got over the Snow Cat. And so this was one we kind of talked about this a little bit. So it's just a banner I made. Our pre-orders are turning into shelf space with all this stuff showing up. We got the battle toilet, and that we're getting ready to get Slice and Dice. We got a new wave of figures. Got the All Striker coming soon. The snake armor is going to eat up some room. If you got the snake
Yeah.
armor coming,
Yeah,
that
it will.
thing, it takes up some space.
Yeah, it's over your shoulder, pretty sizable.
And then sorry, I got behind. So Shane says, I wonder which one had the most. Matthew says the Rattler did have the biggest success on
And
the Haslabs.
I said it before. I really think that ultimately it's uh that's weird. I just looked at said out of stock. Is that the Rattler to me with a Haslab? I think I know even with the patches, I just feel like
Patches.
that's it's what a Haslab should be. I mean, just size wise and what it gives you. The figures, that Baroness figure is beautiful. But I don't know that to me, and I've talked to a couple people about that. Um, I don't know, man. I just feel like it definitely has all the package. And I think the Dragonfly is amazing too. When you go back and look at his tank, um, it is awesome. It really is. Um, but I think they have done a good job of kind of upping the ante
Yeah.
each time, right? Like, and I know the Snow Cat was not. It's a specific type of vehicle. I know it's not what most people wanted. Um, but they did add a lot of stuff to it. Just the base offering, right? Let alone the bivouac and obviously Flint and Lady J. So I mean, they keep kind of trying to outdo themselves each time, and they didn't. The price didn't go, like
No,
so they're aware, and yet they're trying to outdo themselves. I mean, right now their only competition is themselves. They have no competition. That's just the honest
not
truth.
not making the numbers and the scale.
No,
Not really. I mean, they have competition that fills in the gaps that
sure.
they're either not doing or haven't gotten to yet,
Hmm.
perhaps. But yeah, as far as 6 inch, putting out a bevy of choice of 6 inch vehicles, no, nobody's there yet. I just wonder, does the chat feel that way too, as far as going from the Hiss up through the Rattler and now the Snowcat? Do you feel like they've upped the ante, upped their game on the Joe Haslabs as they've each gotten better and more intricate? Because I had my Hiss out. I got it down the other night when I was doing my pictures for Major Blood, and I was sitting there playing with the Hiss, and I had all the lights on, and I had put the door down and loaded the weapons rack up in the back of the Hiss full of Turk Murphy's Toy Solutions rifles,
Hell yeah.
and I was sitting there looking at it, and I turn around. And I look at it, mess with it some more, and I turn around and go over here and mess with the wings or something. Like the Hiss looks fucking boring now, compared to the
Okay.
Rattler.
Okay. So I didn't want to say it a couple minutes ago,
Hey,
but when you go back and look, I was trying to be diplomatic, but when you go back and look, it's kind of boring,
it's kind
right?
of boring. It's still awesome.
It is awesome, but relative to what's come afterwards, it's
Yeah.
kind of boring. It's
No,
still great. I love it. And it's the first one I got, and that campaign rocked and funded in like a few hours or whatever it was. But compared to what we've gotten and moving forward, even though Snowcat was not like my pick, I bet you when you get it, you're gonna be like, damn, they just keep on coming, right? Like they just keep on pushing the envelope here.
yeah. And I, it looks like they did with the Snowcat. Whether I think it was deserving of all of that or not, it looks awesome. I want to say what's up to Joe Fan 84 is in the house.
Yes,
What's up,
sir.
Joe Fan? Steve says blasphemous.
Hey, I love it. I love it. And it was my first one, like I had gotten a few
Steve
figures.
just left and unsubscribed.
Yes, it's like fuck both of you motherfuckers. No, it's just me. That was my opinion. It's just me. No, no, no. Look, you said it first. Yeah, but it really is when you go back and you look, right? When you go back and look at it, I think
Yeah.
there is a difference. It's a natural evolution. They didn't know what the llama was going to look like. It was their first Haslab for GI Joe in the classified line, and the thing has only taken off from there. Right, it's only gotten bigger, and people have more of an appetite for it. It's grown.
And and that don't take away from it. It's still awesome.
No,
They did an awesome job making the hiss for these figures. I still love it, but just the level of detail and the innovation
uh-huh.
that they keep innovating. Like even with the Snowcat, because I said this definitely should have had it too, the Dragonfly, but they are finally putting the USB port in it. So
Yes,
that's
that's a
that's
big deal.
it's innovation for what we've gotten so far. I
Right.
mean, my ramen racer that come out last year's over here's got it, but I digress.
Well, but
it,
either way, yeah. I mean, that's that. I think that's something that they probably heard over and over and over and over, and it's
yeah, I think it was kind of, what did we lose Pop? What happened? Uh-oh, he quit talking. We might have lost him again. Opera was working. Yep, Opera was working.
yes,
Oh,
it's working.
there you are.
I can't tell you why. I don't know. I mean, it could be an internet thing, but it could be a cable thing. I mean, these cables don't move, so I don't know how they get messed up. They literally don't even move. Um, but let's see. Yeah, the rumblers, I know those are cool.
Yeah.
And Siberia, open the Rattler. You're gonna love that. It's there's a real thing though that Shane said about we need play sets now, and I agree with that. I mean the vehicles are great, keep them coming, but it's kind of like they're gonna do one of two things. They're either gonna let the outside market dictate the play set thing. I mean, well, yes, but everybody's bagging on it.
Well, we got him. I mean,
I know,
shut the fuck up, me.
but I think right, but I think I know what I know what Shane's talking about. Like it's not, yeah, you get the little box and everything, but maybe he's talking about what they used to do with the Real American Hero line. Where
Oh,
you
for
had all
sure.
your little bit, all your little tertiary
Yeah.
things that you could set out. You could set them and make a road, right? You could have your different little things set out along the road. You could whatever, and all those little things. But I mean, I think they're really still focused on mainly, getting
Well,
the rest of these figures out and
there's so much of both that they could do. Play sets, small play sets, bivouac. Hello, bivouac. What y'all think the
small
bivouac's
vehicles.
gonna sell for when they give it to us with a figure? The $55 price point.
See,
What I think.
I love hearing that too because like let's be honest, like what a way to kind of smack you in your face, right?
And they're
And
gonna do it. They literally said that we're not, you might not get an Arctic bivouac, but if you see it down the line. So I mean that tells you right there. And as far as like the tooling for parts of HasLab,
uh-huh.
that's the thing, right? That's not the figures.
Right.
That's the thing itself. So
Right.
we're gonna have a jungle bivouac by the time we get this bivouac. Or
Yeah.
desert.
And hey, you know what? It'll sell because people want it, and even though the conversation will be like, well, you paywalled it, originally behind $324.99 or whatever. The bottom line is it's not going to stop people from buying it if they come in a jungle, right, or a
Yeah.
sand or
Yeah.
whatever kind of colors that you want to do. People are going to buy it. They just will. That's just how it goes.
Yep. And then Joe fan about the hurricane and let's see, Shane says, yeah, you guys are speaking to me. Yeah, Checkpoint Alpha, that's one that I would love. And see, I love the Cobra Battle Bunker, and I guess that's what this is.
Hey, yeah,
This
yeah,
is the new battle bunker,
yes,
I guess. So
yes.
that was my favorite. I like the firing range. I like all that shit.
Oh yeah, no,
Um,
a lot of that stuff, and I actually think a lot of those ones. I mean, obviously, yes, the scale is different, but I think a lot of those could be reasonably priced. I mean, you know, um,
They can do a play set and a figure for that
Absolutely.
$55 price point. They can,
Absolutely.
especially some of your small, like I mean, even the little things like the bomb disposal unit, or like I said, the firing range. That wouldn't take that much.
Or no figure.
That I'm fine. I'm
I'm fine
definitely
with that
fine.
too.
If they were smart, they would do away with that having to sell them with a figure
I
model
agree. I
when
agree.
they get into this stuff.
Yes, I think it's more advantageous to do it without. And I get it. It's you can't charge the higher price point, but I just think that to me it just makes more sense that way. But I
Yeah.
guess they feel like they'd sell just as many. Like, if it comes with a figure and it's more price, people are still going to buy it. And just as much as they would if it didn't have a figure with it, they're going to buy it, right?
And it's always going to be an army builder on
But
these
you
play
might
sets.
true, but you might see more sales with one without a figure. People might buy two or three rather than just
How
one with a figure, right?
if you could buy this and just
Without
buy
a figure.
to have them to stack, so even though it's a cool figure,
Yes.
get one, get two, but you want those one or two manning a big compound of these,
At $30,
they'd be
$29.99.
be stupid not to do that.
I agree. I think people would buy more. I think you probably would get more sales overall, even though it's cheaper.
Yep, for sure. I definitely think so with that, with these things. And the Joe one, same thing with the Joe one. So maybe going forward, they know people like the play sets. Maybe they'll change their mindset on that. And so, like, we're going to make more money here or here. And it's going to be versus a repaint or a mishmash of figures, a kit bash figures, repaint versus a recolor. Like, is it going to be what it costs to do that figure versus what it costs just to do this? Or can they make it up? Like, for every one of those that they sell, can they sell two of just the play set, especially something like this that fits together where you
Right.
can interlock them? I will say what's up to SCS Dog. What's going on, man? We got 29 people watching. Hit that like if you hadn't done that. I always forget to say that.
You and me both.
Always forget that.
I always
Lone
forget.
Dragon.
Yeah, there's a couple interesting comments in there too, like Liquid, talking about help justify the reuse out of the molds and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and I get that. But again, really, ultimately, I mean, doesn't it come down to sales?
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like they get more sales. People would buy more multiples if it costs a little bit less and you didn't have to worry about, especially if you're not an army builder. Like if you really don't want that many, but you just want the building. Now, again, people are going to go out. Maybe they're going to be able to just buy the building from somebody else, but that's not a sale for Hasbro.
Yep.
So
and people like us, we know that this just the bunker is gonna cost you what the whole thing cost if you got it at retail. If you want to buy just the bunker, it's gonna be $60. And when I pulled up eBay a minute ago, I saw a couple that were just the bunker, and they're averaging right like $60. So Lone Dragon's in the house, and say what's up to him. Bought that if it was cheaper with no figure. I passed because I'm not into building modular stuff at that price. Okay. See, that was why I only ordered one when I ordered this. And I kind of just ordered it because it was a Pulse exclusive. Going, well, I might not be able to get it later. And look here, I can't get it later. Unless they do something with the screen we just showed, and you can actually order some of those in stock modular fortifications.
Right.
You want to hit that comment from Jay
Astro? Yeah. They get more sales. Also, if they stop making things fucking exclusive and impossible to buy. Yeah. That's one of my biggest gripes, and that I just don't think that's ever going to change. I mean, somebody got in trouble for voicing their opinion on the exclusive front. And and it's, to me, that's kind of silly because it is fucking stupid. I get it. I get the contracts and all that stuff. But yeah, no, I'm with you, Jay Astro, 100%.
Nolan is in the house, makes us
Up.
Toy Tube official. What's up, Nolan? I got that exclusive crystal ball with the motorcycle. Seen that?
That's one of my favorites. Wait a minute. Look at that chopper. Look at that chopper. Get to the chopper. They almost scale. They're close.
They almost.
They are cartoony. They are cartoony, but it's close. I've seen some fat bikes like that.
I've seen some fat bikes, baby. You better believe it. So that the choppers actually scale better. So these are the biker mice from Mars bikes Pop Blender got for me for my birthday. So I had Zartan on this one.
The more futuristic bike, right?
But look, they got lights.
Yeah, they have lights. I mean, I thought they're pretty cool.
I like these little bikes. I gotta find somewhere to put them. But
well, that's the problem. I didn't think about that when I got them. It's like, I
got to find somewhere to put them. So I know now I got to get them the mice for them. But the choppers look pretty good with Joes on them. They're kind of big, but they're all right. I like them. I'd completely derail the Joe talk for just a minute.
Whatever.
While you find a secret there.
Yeah, I know, right? Like this is going off.
And SCS Dog says, in my head canon, Joe and Cobra have different gear. Only got one of the Porta Joes, but pre-ordered 6 of the Trench Viper sets.
Whoa!
Probably only keep the Joe figure and sell the fortifications. Say, I would like to have multiples of those. So what are we looking at? Oh shit, where is that?
$11.48. Somebody's buddy just sent them that picture and said, does anybody need one? They're marked at $11.48 with a yellow sticker on them.
I've seen a couple of those. I meant to mention that. So I think what's happening is the Walmarts that aren't getting the reset or haven't done it yet, they don't have anywhere to put them. So they're marking them down.
Yeah, 11.48 for Crystal Ball. I don't know if my source wants me to reveal that or not. I mean, I doubt he can do anything about it, but
and I thought maybe that was just Woody's order,
or maybe he could. Yeah, no, that's about 1/8 of Woody's order.
Yeah. Let's see. Bobby says I should get one of the Ghost Rider motorcycles and paint all the flames in green. That'd be badass. I'm not good enough at that kind of painting and customizing. I have to send it to somebody.
Well, I was gonna try to get the Casey Jones bike, but somebody did come back and get it. I was too slow on the take, but that was the one I was aiming to get. And when I came back, it was empty.
Yeah, I knew that when you told me the price on that one. I knew that wouldn't last quick. Everybody's been buying it for the bike. Yeah. So Mark Harkness is here, says now I want to see the biker mice get slaughterhouse training.
Hell yeah.
If I find the mice on clearance, I have not seen them clearanced anywhere yet. I don't go to the same Walmart typically that Pop goes to. So they're still $30 at the Walmarts that I go to that have them.
Yeah, that it was marked down at that one $10.
Yeah,
maybe
that's good
something
price.
Like
I'd definitely get them if I saw them for $10. Let's see. And Jay had highlighted this. Jay said, I want to see battlefield fortifications, watchtower, outpost defender. Check that out for Mountain Horse would be cool because it's a toe behind. So I was going to show you guys real quick the other thing Pop Blender got me, but I can't show you much of it.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not the picture on the front of it's not that bad, right?
Picture on the front's good. So he went and he scoured through some back issues to find this for me. And at first I was like, what? And I was like, oh, and he told me, I'm like, oh, that's perfect. That's awesome. So he went and he found me the August 1977 copy of Playboy.
And trust me, guys, I hated every minute of flipping through all those back issues, trying to find the year and the month. It was a terrible, terrible job, but somebody had to do it.
No. Unfortunately, I can't flip through it and show you anymore. And you guys, it was 1977. You
Yeah.
probably don't want to see a lot of it. If you know what I'm, if you know,
or maybe you do.
yeah, maybe I know there's some hedge trimmer fans out there. So, maybe, I don't know, but that was a cool. That took some thought. So now we got to start getting prepared for Pot Blender's birthday, because it's in 2 weeks. It's a big one.
No one wants to prepare for that at all.
Especially not you.
Nope. I don't want to prepare for that one at all.
So little segue there, because I had to show that stuff. I appreciate it, cuz. So Lone Dragon says afros and platforms.
Yeah, afros in some shape, form, or fashion, I guess you could say.
Yeah, afros for sure.
You ever seen those puffy bathing suits? What?
I think in some of these, I think the new hot trend was starting to catch on a little, but
beginning.
Yeah, it was just the beginning phases of that. So anyway, let's see. What's Bobby say here? Have an extra older Ghost Rider. I'll send the pic to Crow. Send you. So I'm going. I actually have some of the glow in the dark paint. I'm just not any good putting it on. So.
Yeah, right.
3-star push. Oh my God.
Oh man.
All right. So I got one other thing that I do want to show here. I can probably get rid of that banner. Let's see. We talked about the Snow Cat numbers. Something that we talked about on 3-star After Dark on Friday, and we did a segment that was fun, but we kind of got sidetracked off on a tangent of something that I have been trying to figure out what the deal is with, and I got an answer. We might get comic characters someday. So we got off on this kind of tangent about whether or not we might ever see comic characters. And Matthew and I were kind of the same opinion that perhaps the licensing for Marvel might have. Yes, that's me. That's me. That's what they call me. That's what they call me. They call it a Muff King. It's a female bush. It's a early Valkyries in that issue, who were number 68, by the way. They were almost
just
there.
one off.
Just a bit outside. So we got off talking about this on this tangent about comic characters. I've been of the mind it's one of two things. It is either they don't want to do the Marvel comic characters, or they can't do the Marvel characters. And I was hypothesizing that perhaps those Marvel characters were Marvel characters, even though the G.I. Joe is the IP, and yes, Hasbro owns G.I. Joe, but perhaps because those characters were originally created through a Marvel comic, perhaps Marvel somehow owned the licensing to those characters. And I'm talking about Quinn, I'm talking about Billy, Bongo, Candy Apple, all of those characters, the jugglers, whatever. All of the ones that when we say, oh, what characters do we want to see? It's those, right? So we talked about all of this, and we had a nice debate, but we didn't reach any answers because none of us know the answers. We only know what we think. And I do have some good news that someday we may get some comics characters, because I did get it confirmed. So I got a message, and I did have to blur some of it out. I got a picture. I woke up Saturday morning to a message and was like, hey, just FYI, I asked this. And it was somebody that knows somebody on the Hasbro team. They happened to be watching Friday night.
Really?
And I'm not gonna Not gonna say who it is unless they're happen to be listening tonight and say go ahead. I meant to tell you about this when you're here Saturday, and
Monkey got in the way.
yeah, we were watching the monkey, and the monkey got in the damn way. So I've
blurred out
this
the
is
pertinent information.
this is a receipt, but so
wow.
the person that asked that was listening to the stream said, I know you can't speak on future product, but someone was saying Hasbro isn't allowed to do comic characters without the creator's consent. Said Dawn Moreno's off the table because IDW owns her, which seems bogus, as Hasbro should own all characters with licensed books, plus currently in Skybound series after IDW lost rights. So any insight, Dawn, Multo, Sherlock, all of those, all of the comics. And the response was, we own all of the characters with the exception of Sarge and Fridge.
That's interesting.
So, and like I can't, that's as much as I can reveal about where,
absolutely.
Unless I get told, yes, go ahead. But that was sent to, that's the Hasbro team. And
so
they can do comic characters. So when we talk about getting to the end of the line, what's left, what can they do? Can it keep going? All of us old bastards that want these characters from the comics, they can do them.
And that's, and you kind of just got to it because, and I don't think this came up, and I don't think anybody really brought it up during that discussion Friday, but they kind of have to get through what they're going to get through, right? And if they pick, whether it's retro, whether it's mass divide, right? Like some of the cartoon stuff, like they still have their main line they've got to get through with classified to wherever that's going. Okay. If they decide to get into the space stuff, if they decide to get wherever that's going, they really still probably are just focused on that. And if you're going to do some comic stuff, then that would be kind of what they've done with either the retro card or what they've done with, like, even though they're numbered, right, with the Snake Eyes, you know, or Breaker, or adding the Mass Device stuff in there, right, and bringing some of that cartoon flavor. So it could be a while, right? It could be a while, or it could be them kind of introducing a couple things here and there every now and then. I mean, you have to imagine, you know, Lenny is not probably read the comics, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never, I
would
forgive me if I don't remember on a stream or a conversation where he said, I really didn't care about the comics. And maybe he didn't. I don't know that. But if he's as big a G.I. Joe fan as he is, like we are, most of us read the comics, right? You watch the cartoon, you watch the comics and the figures. So I'm sure he probably would love to do some of those characters, right? And there's really just specific characters, because do we need Flint from the comic? You know, do we need Duke from the comic? Do we need, you know what I mean? Like,
no, that's all going to be the secondary.
Yes.
Or with the exception of, like, we all want Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, and Stalker in Vietnam gear.
Oh, of course. I mean, come on. Of course.
With the exception of something like that.
Yeah.
Say what's up to Kenzo's
Creations.
What's up, Kenzo? And then Matthew says, had it confirmed, Lenny believes they have access to all the comic characters. He may not know what lawyers know. All I know is
what you're given.
What was asked of the team on kind of our behalf, and that was the answer. So you have to think he would at least look into it, right, to see what's there, where they know where they can go and where they can't. And Viper Scout says they own all the characters, but may have to pay royalties to the creator. So that's kind of that's the thing.
Yeah, that's the genesis of why that even come up.
It's where the question come up. So Jay says, have a question for everyone. How many more years do you think classified goes? As long as our age,
we're buying them.
Keep buying them. If they slow down, especially if they slow down, it's easily got 10 years left. If it depends on how much they want to cram in and how deep a cuts they want to do. But if they slowed down the releases a little bit, especially the one less wave a year, and get the distribution and get it spread out better, I think it's got 10 years left. We'll be in our 50s and 60s. They could probably go longer as long as we're still alive, because there ain't going to be anybody buying classified after we die.
Yeah, I do think there does become kind of a real issue about space, though. Like
Oh
just
yeah,
because of the scale, I think that your sales, no matter how good the figures are, I think you eventually you'd have a diminishing returns just on the simple fact that most people just wouldn't have the kind of space for that many figures at this scale and other accessories, vehicles,
yeah.
right? I mean, it just begins to take over, and you just can't open them. I mean, unless
That's
you don't.
that will be the main concern,
I
I
mean
think.
that would become an issue for most, like 99% of the people who are collecting the line.
Yeah. So that's for now. I'm gonna go because I kind of agree with what Liquid says here. Writers created those characters for Marvel, not Hasbro. I believe it when I see a fig. So that's the whole kind of discussion. That was my thinking as well.
That's something that could have
But
been negotiated already, and
yeah,
it's on a big whiteboard. Where
yeah,
their plans are. They've already mapped out. I mean, they map this stuff out well in advance. They're not doing this off the cuff. I mean,
yeah.
this is very calculated and like mapped out. It just is. That's just how you're going to do your business at this kind of scale of production. You have to map it out well in advance.
Yup. Lone Dragon, space classified Defiant confirmed. Could you imagine?
I don't even. I can't even. I didn't have it back then, but
Yeah,
yeah, that would be
that's a dream project.
massive.
uh,
And I don't know that. I'm just not so sure we're gonna get into space, man. Like I don't know. And how many are interested in that period of the line? And they've
well, I
made
mean,
they've made stuff look amazing, right? We know that figures that we didn't think would look fantastic and have sold very well and are some people's favorite figures. But that is a time period where like sales were
well,
really going down, in that
well,
line by that time. So that's where I just wonder, what returns would you be getting if you did go into Space Force and stuff like that?
yeah. Me and Crow did. That was our show on last week was
Uh-huh.
space on the shelf, and could they go into space? And there's some figures that they could definitely do that I think some of us might be interested in. There's some that we don't, but yeah, I think there's some out there.
There's some, but for most of the collectors throughout the years, they start to look real weird.
Yeah. Uh,
Uh,
I, I don't want
uh-huh.
to think about that.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I want to think about it, but damn,
Yeah.
uh, that I have no idea. The Rattler's over here on a stool. I have no idea when the and it's not gonna be here for like a year.
Oh,
So
you got all that stuff in between
I'm gonna have a
then,
ramen tank to
right?
go in here and an all striker and snake armor. Man, uh, Woody Triple Deuce is in the
What's
house.
up, Woodrow?
Good day, fellow OGs. What's up, Woody? Um, I've Lone Dragon says I've not seen a Defiant in real life. I had the Crusader, so I didn't have either. I've seen both. I've seen a Defiant a few times, but neither me or Pop Blender actually had the Defiant.
And also the Defiant kind of came out right at that
Yeah,
line for me, so I wasn't even interested in it, to be honest with you.
I was still I was still getting Joes and collecting and
Yeah.
playing with Joes, and honestly, I wasn't interested in the Defiant. I probably could have gotten the Defiant if I'd have leaned hard enough. I probably could have gotten it for Christmas.
Oh, I'm sure, but I wasn't. I just didn't. I just didn't think it was that cool, I guess. Like, and some people may say, "How the dare you?" But yeah, I don't know. I just didn't. There was not a lot that appealed to me. Now, again, like I said, it was towards the back end of my time, but um, it just wasn't my thing. I don't think. I think the space stuff.
Yeah,
I'm good with the fatal fluffies and that space stuff, like the in the cartoon, everything. But as far as like my figures and stuff, I just was not much into that aspect.
yeah, seriousness.
Mhm.
Frank Dumont, you is in the
What's up,
house.
Frankie?
Three Star Pop and Chat. Jeremy Kimmerlin's in the house. Says
Okay,
Hasbro
this is good.
fully owned all G.I. Joe comics, not Marvel, not Devil's Due, not IDW. Hasbro owns all the comics and associated characters. This is how Skybound put out the compendiums with Hasbro's blessing and license.
There you go.
So I would think if anybody's going to come in and would
Right.
know, Jeremy probably know. Lone Dragon says the dragon goes on the Super Musk. That's something else I want to order, and I wanted to put it right here until I saw it. And then when I saw it, I was like, ain't no way. I might be able to get the half. Like, I want the whole thing for
Yeah.
pictures and and actually, I mean, you can actually use it as shelving, but there ain't no way it's going on this table. It will come out. It's almost the width of the table.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. And again, it's you're already running into a space issue. I was in that room Saturday. They can't see the whole thing.
Yeah, you saw it. I have stuff over. I don't even have the Air Eagle setting here. It's over here now.
Yeah.
It's setting on top of picture stuff.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm gonna this weekend or next weekend. I'm gonna try to cram another set of shelves in here as soon as I can get them painted. Matthews, the Defiant was his dream vehicle. His dad worked for NASA. Got your pilot's license at 16. We know. Insight. I think, be biased. So the Crusader's awesome. I wish I'd have gotten the Crusader. It was a neat little vehicle. Blisters in the sun.
Oh yeah, it's Woody. Woody had the original comment on that. Yeah, man. It's space is definitely an issue. That's why I just don't know how far. I mean, no, look, they'll keep making them as long as they keep selling, right? And they've been
That's it.
selling at a fantastic pace, right? Ever since they started the line, it caught fire, and it's still going, obviously, and they're still excited to make them and create them and design them.
They honestly, I mean, other than a hiccup here and there, they're getting better and better.
Yeah, it's just trial and error, right? I mean,
a lot less QC things.
Yeah.
Lot less QC things. Liquid says it's a blessing. Marvel is just the publisher. Then IDW, Skybound, whoever publishes. Bottom line, where's my Dawn Moreno? She's got to be in the works. But I said that.
I'm sure.
I said that about this time last year as well. Like, I'm surprised we don't have Dawn Moreno yet.
Again, man, they've got it all mapped out. I'm sure she's on the board. It's not a character that I have any connection to personally. But I'm sure she's on a whiteboard somewhere. Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
Gotta be. Woody says if we weather this storm, the next one won't be until halfway through the year again because they won't learn. They didn't last year. At least they told us there was going to be a bunch of delays for this year, but
right.
At least they told us last year.
I'd like to kind of maybe try to do a deep dive and figure out or with the toy industry and kind of what that process and what causes delays or what maybe you had a whole batch of figures a guy made wrong. I mean, you're not going to know that. Nobody's going to tell you that. But what are some of the pitfalls of making like large production scale figures or toys, and what are some maybe small simple things that can go wrong? You know, I'd love to kind of know some of that information, not individual numbers and people, but whatever, but just some of that information I think would be fascinating to find out how maybe these delays happen, how something maybe goes off the rails. I would really like to know, especially on just the selling part of it, the retail part, like with these pre-orders and communication and with Walmart or Target, or like why does something get canceled, and that stuff too. And again, you'll never know, but it'd be nice to have an idea of just, hey, you know what, we had a part of the code in the app was coded wrong.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
something.
saying? Like,
Throw
just
us a
for
bone.
whatever reason, it just didn't, and it threw everything off. That
Yeah.
kind of thing. That just to have an idea. I mean, it doesn't make it any different, but
No, not at
yeah.
all. I like Liquid's comment. Hasbro's like an airline that tells you mid-flight there may be a delay. Meanwhile, severe turbulence is making everyone airsick.
I mean,
And
ultimately,
even Kimberlin agrees with that.
ultimately, it comes down to the veracity of the appetite for these figures.
Yeah.
And that's why people get so bent out of shape about it, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
because you want them. You want them.
Yeah, give me my
They've
figures.
made you want them. And you're like, no one likes to wait. No one,
Where's airtight?
especially in, yeah, right. Especially in today's society where we have zero patience because
Yeah.
everything is instantaneous now.
Yeah. Let's see. Getting a lot of love for the Air Eagle in the chat. Air Eagle is so beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly mine backwards like last time, Matthew. Where?
And I agree with their sentiment here.
Turn
Like,
them around that way.
there's no way Hasbro could do better. Like, they can't. It's better plastic than Hasbro uses.
We get batteries for this thing.
You still hadn't got batteries for it?
No, I just have. Well, listen. There's a lot of shit I haven't done in the last few weeks. Okay, I'm way behind. All right,
I've had it for 2 months.
it's yes, but like, okay, whatever. Fucking watch battery.
It's some little funky batteries, man. So, Jay says instead of behind the music, it could be show
Behind the
called
toys.
Behind the Toys.
The
Yeah, I
toys
mean,
that made us.
I know 2 people that you could probably talk to or try to talk to, and I know one that would probably talk to you. And
Yes,
so, yeah.
very much, yes.
Airtight is a perfect candidate for Night Force with the Dark Energon. Yep. See, that would have him. He's probably already going to share parts with Mole Rat. So
Or he could be
I like the Airtight. I like the Airtight. I was one of the few people that liked him.
I'm ambivalent. I had him. What did he do? I don't know. In your world, he was trapped in a suit of his own smell.
His own farts. He was trapped in his own suit.
I can't wait till Halloween again this year. I've got to come up with some more short stories.
We've
that
got
was so much fun.
Well, we got to get to work on those and start thinking ahead. So if you guys have not watched our Halloween episode, if you weren't here, if you hadn't watched it, and you just want to, if you're driving one day and you want to hear some of the most ridiculous shit,
yes, our horror Halloween G.I. Joe stories from our Halloween episode last year, it's so stupid, but it's pretty funny stuff.
We had a good time, and I think everybody that actually hung in and listened to us tell them had a good time too.
Except I think Triple C, I think Crimson Cobra Commander was quite offended at our takes.
He left.
He left. He said, "Screw these guys."
He's like, I can't do this. I can't listen to him turn my favorite characters into what I forgot, murdering or degenerates or something. So,
oh God, Roadblock, Raptor, Spirit.
Yeah.
Oh, that was I'm sorry. I'm gonna do it again too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do them. We'll start working on. That's gonna be a busy. That's gonna be a busy season because that is either right before or right after Punk's Punkathon. It's I
Right.
don't know which weekend we're on, but I mean it's either before or after, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a busy week, but be fun. Um, Jay says, Jeremy says, speaking of Halloween, I like the Black Series repaints. I like a couple of them. I like the Mummy Dude that's out now.
Okay.
Um, yeah, well, I appreciate it, Jay. Sleep's
Yeah,
overrated
really.
when you're
Yeah.
hanging out with like-minded people in a great string.
I love it.
Yeah, the Christmas ones are not great. All right,
Yeah. No, they're not.
so we're going before. I'm going to go fix a cup of coffee and hit the banyo. But before we do, we're going to talk a little bit about a good use for AI. So I don't know if you guys looked real close at the thumbnail, but I'm going to remove it. So it's a fantasy world. So
Who wouldn't
I
wear
was
a crown on a helmet?
I was messing around trying to come up with a quick thumbnail, and this is what I like using AI for. I like using them for stuff like this and for backgrounds on my thumbnails for my review videos. You know, if you guys, I do pictures, and then a lot of times I'll make a AI background and put my picture on the background. I think they come out okay, but so I was trying to come up with something fantasy and military. So I'm going to show you guys a few of the ones that it spit out because they're absolutely hilarious. So this was one. So you got a bunch of dudes sitting
Rapunzel.
around.
Oh, that's
with a,
that. Yes.
with a picture of the queen.
Mirror, mirror on the wall with a
And
dude's got a half ghillie suit on.
yeah, and they're all just sitting around a table. I thought they'd at least be playing cards or something. And then so you got, I don't know what Red Riding Hood here is doing.
She's a communications and navigational officer.
She's got an old school TV antenna on her coming out of her backpack. This is Breaker. So then you got this dude giving the slipper back.
Hey.
She's wearing, notice her stylish tack vest
Oh,
got from the fairy godmother.
Oh, wow.
And then you got this dude creeping, making sure Rapunzel gets down okay, or maybe she's letting him up over here. And he's not even paying attention to the hair. So over here you got the three little pigs and the wolf.
I didn't fucking head until I'm like, what soldier's blowing down this house? Oh, it's the big bad wolf.
And it's a house made of sandbags. It's made out of sandbags. And these poor pigs are like, oh shit, maybe we should go inside.
I would. Oh my God.
This is the shit that I like using AI for. Then the best is up here at the top. Is you got a dragon chasing a fucking skyscraper.
Oh, fucking Targaryen up there.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, a little bit. So, oh my God, man. So,
that's awesome.
The little table, little bitty tiny table. Yeah, she's wearing a tack vest. That middle pig's seen some shit, man. Like, they all have the same look, but the middle one for some reason is the worst. So
cracked out.
Then it spit out this one.
Okay.
And
oh my God.
I don't know what this frog is doing. He's like a communications frog over here chilling just on like this well with a cap on it, I guess. You got the dwarves sneaking up on Snow White with an M1 Grand.
Oh my God, she's got a camo skirt.
Her skirt's
she's got a camo skirt. Oh my God, that's awesome.
And these poor dudes, like this dude back here,
Oh
like,
yeah, that motherfucker. He's
oh
mutated.
my
That bro's
God.
mutated.
These
Even
guys,
his stick, even his like whatever the hell, whatever that is he's holding is
these guys
fucked
have
up.
been, these guys been into some dark energy on right here. Then here's the rest of them up here, and then you got like Frodo in the
But
back.
you got like a rooski. Like you got a
Yeah,
little rooski in the middle there.
it looks like he's holding a switch or something.
Frodo.
The- this is one random hobbit dude, and then here's your wolf with a little Red
That's
Riding
a
Hood.
bitch, mate. Yeah, look, both that's pretty funny too.
And she's got what appears to be a basket full of grenades.
Grenades. Yeah. They love the M1
They love yeah.
putting
And
that in
then just
there.
some random books. Just
Rapunzel, is that Rapunzel
that's
repelling?
Rapunzel with a rope and
Yep.
still long hair with a backpack.
What in the hell is happening to the trees? What is
You have
sticking out of the tree?
I was thinking these have got to be some of those cobra trees that
Oh
they
yeah.
like the bushes, shit, a gun will pop up out of the bushes or something. So
Oh, Todd, see, that's beautiful. That's rich.
which one is bunk?
That's rich. Wow.
Frog Eyes and Stormfly.
Yeah, Red Riding Hood, she ain't fucking around, is she?
No, man,
And
she ain't.
She's teamed up with the wolf,
Yeah.
right?
And they got like some Daleks running around down
No,
here too.
I step in sent to storybook land. Oh no. Oh no.
What's up, Magus? How you doing, man? Shipwreck telling more fairy tales to orphans. So,
Mara.
yeah.
All right. So we have like cannons coming out of the trees or
Yeah.
like telescopic something, and
That's
then
a
you have
part of the weather dominator up there.
somebody look, yes, something sticking out with it. That's another Garen with a bayonet. And then you have a smoke dragon.
Apparently going to attack the castle next door.
And there's a little couple of somethings holding hands right there on that hillside in the middle.
Yeah. I
Right
couldn't
there.
figure out what those were supposed to
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Uh,
AI is
so
great at small details.
the stuff like this. So here's the one that I actually made the thumbnail out of,
Yeah,
and you didn't get the full effect of the dude
right.
of Snow Serpent guy up here. And you talking about seeing some shit. Look at this poor guy with his rifle bow.
Oh God. It's drugs are bad.
Yeah, drugs are bad.
Okay.
Okay. What's going on with them trees and smoke dragon? Don't mind if I do.
Where's Woody and Shane?
Yep. So, and then you got the princess with the
Oh,
apple shields,
night vision goggles, and then some that are just
quad night vision.
just sticking right out of her fucking forehead.
It's like those frogs they've been talking about.
At least there's a modern rifle with a dual scope
Yeah,
system.
with an optic for your optic that's right in front of the iron sight. And he's got a basket full of grenades too. So,
Yep.
and then I don't know what this dude back here. I don't know what's going on with this
I
guy
think
back
he's
here.
got
With the
polio or something back there or something.
He's got two fingers. One is made into a cane. So I love this.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there was just those three. So this is the one that I use. But man, I love doing shit like that with AI. That's what it's fun for.
I get some wacky pictures too when I'm trying to do like a thumbnail for AI, and I'll type in, I'll be pretty specific, and it'll spit out some weird like Reed Richards. It'll spit out some strange Incredible Hulks and shit. Like I'm like, which version are you using? Because I see, there you go.
Yep. Woody was looking at those pictures thinking they all made perfect sense. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee, hit the banyo. I will be back. I'll leave you on running the thing. So should something happen again, just hang out because one of us will be back.
Yeah, no, I know, right? Yeah. So far, so good. Although
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
So all
Oh
right,
my
we'll be
God.
back and we'll talk about
I'll see in a
some
second.
fantasy Joe stuff.
Fantasy. Um. So, I'll say it again. So on Friday at 6 Eastern, Talking Figures with Legend series. I did that with him last Friday. So that's going to be coming out on Friday, and it's pretty fun. It's a pretty good conversation. The dude is super talented and a good interviewer. Actually, good questions, good conversation. So that'll be Friday at 6 Eastern, 5 Central on Legend Series channel. Um, so yeah, that was a good time. And I know there's a couple people in here. I'm pretty sure that he's wanting to have on as well that he mentioned to me. So hopefully that'll come up pretty soon. Anyway, yes, you know, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. There's some debate to be had, right? There's some debate to be had about the fantasy aspect. I won't say too much right now. Anyway, let's see here. Yes. Oh, see, it's beautiful. Can't wait to find out. Yeah, right. No, we don't get too much into that. But we did get into some wrestling, though. You'd probably be surprised. You guys would probably be surprised about the wrestling talk, but we actually did quite a bit of it. And it's something that I haven't done in a long time. Is talk about wrestling, but I still know my wrestling stuff. I just don't watch it anymore. And yes, Superman is catching a ride, baby. That is a cheap ass Superman figure too. Jeremy says D&D GI Joe crossover is a must ultra fantasy. Um, yeah, I mean stuff like that could be interesting, really. And we 3 Star and I were talking earlier today, this morning, and so we were kind of batting some stuff around, and that was something he kind of brought up. Matthew hates wrestling. Look, I'm not a wrestling fan now. Um, Come on, man. Who uses lube, Lone Dragon? What? Anyway, uh, like most of you guys, I was big into wrestling back in the 80s, right? All the LJN figures and stuff like that. Um, I mean, when you're 10 years old in 1985, that's a pretty sweet place to be. You know, you're either a Hulk fan or a Piper fan. You're either a Snuka fan, right? Or you might like Tito Santana. Maybe you like King Kong Bundy, Big John Studd, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, British Bulldogs, just to name a few. But wrestling now to me, I don't know, man. Like I'm not. It's just not something I'm very interested in. I think the storylines are not that great, and and I think that the matches aren't that great. You know, and if you like I said, if you want to hear that conversation, it's a good conversation that I had with Legend series. It really was. It was a good conversation. And actually, being here in Nashville, yep, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I remember who was it Hillbilly Jim, Hillbilly Jim. But you know, here in Nashville, we used to get the Memphis wrestling. So on Sunday mornings, we would get Memphis wrestling. And so you'd get like Jerry Lawler, you know, you'd get Randy Poffo, early, and my sister was a huge wrestling fan. She went to see the first WrestleMania on closed circuit TV here in Nashville at the Municipal Auditorium. And actually, I think my aunt took her and her best friend, if I remember correctly. I think 3 Star's mom took them. I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she took her and my sister's best friend to see the first WrestleMania. There's a few comments and a few people that joined us. There's Loki. Mono Misfit, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. And then Mark Harkness. I love that name. That is a badass name. With a C, motherfuckers.
That's right.
It is. It's a great name. But it reminds me of Captain Jack. If you know who Captain Jack Harkness is. Jeremy says my first figures were the Hasbro figures, and then the Jack's Pacific Bone Crunchers. Yeah, all them rubber figures back in the day. Me and my best friend Troy had all of them. I mean, it was all of them. I had a million of those things. They were heavy. You could hit your friends with them and knock them out. We made wrestling rings we made wrestling rings out of our beds. Like we actually took string and we put rope and we tied it around the posts and we would wrestle. And of course, you really couldn't come off the rope on those, right? But like, yeah, I was big. I was big into wrestling back in the day. Road
Yeah,
Warriors.
you made a ring in the basement
Yep,
with
we
the
sure did.
posts in the basement.
Yes, definitely. I mean, we were
It's a wonder
all
nobody
in, man.
broke anything.
GI Jet Man, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man.
What's up, Jet
Yeah,
Man?
it's true. I mean, we used to DDT each other in the ground. That was my friend Justin's move. He was the DDT king. No one could really suplex though. That was a little too much at that age to try to suplex somebody. But yeah, lots of body slamming, lots of DDTs. Yeah, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Hell, the names, right? Those are some great
Oh yeah,
names, right?
yeah.
There's some great names back then,
Some awesome gimmicks.
and definitely early on, Nikolai Volkov, the Iron Sheik, right? That was a big deal when Iron Sheik got beat by Hogan.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, Kid, Dynamite Kid, right? And Davy Boy, right? When it Davy Boy Smith? Is that it?
yep, yep,
British Bulldogs. You got to see them in person. Got to see Macho Man in person back in the day.
yep. Municipal Auditorium.
Yep. That was a dream, man. It was a dream. So I know there's a lot of wrestling fans probably in here that I don't really know that they are, but yeah, I was all in back in the day. All right, what's up?
I was gonna say I think most of us were back
Yeah.
in the day.
That's when it blew up.
WWF.
That's
Yeah,
when it blew up. WWF.
yeah.
That's when it blew up, and
When McMahon
Hulkamania
started.
was everywhere.
Yeah, McMahon started
Everywhere.
buying up all the regionals. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, him and his best friend when he grew up, Troy, they lived down the bottom of the hill. Pop grew up on a cul-de-sac, and he lived about halfway down, and his buddy Troy lived at the bottom. And Troy had every one of those big rubber wrestler guys, and they're getting ready to come back out with them. I don't know what company is doing them. I don't know if it's Jax or if it's Mattel. I don't remember. I just saw it like last week. Somebody is going to remake the big rubber wrestling guys. And I actually picked up a Piper for a friend of mine. They had Piper down at Yojo Depot. I think I showed him off on here one night after I picked him up before I sent him to him. And he actually had a Piper that had good paint, like the face and everything, still had the skirt. So I actually picked up that Piper and sent to my buddy out in Washington. So let's see, we used to make tag belts with cardboard and aluminum foil and markers. Yeah, everybody wrestled to see who could get the belts. Hell yeah. But Pop Blender and I, here in Nashville Municipal Auditorium, they would come, WWF would come maybe twice a year, at least once they came, but I think they tried to come here twice a year. And we went, my dad took us to a few of those. And then I know me and dad went to one. That was the first time I got caught flicking somebody off, was at that wrestling at the Municipal. I don't remember who it was, clearly one of the bad guys, but I was just doing this, hand up in there, and I looked over at my dad, and he was looking up, looking at me. I was like, oh, I knew that was bad. So that shit was funny. Oh, let's see. Triple D's Dungeons in the house. What's up, Dave? Here only for a minute. Well, that's better than not at all, Dave. So thank you for coming in, my man. Ultimate Warrior and Sarge. Liquid says we went from D&D and G.I. Joe to wrestling. I feel duped. I was in on wrestling probably up until around the time that The Rock showed up. Not that I had anything against The Rock. That's just around the time that I was just like, man. And I think that was around the time that they actually admitted that it was entertainment and it wasn't actual, like, wasn't real. Like there were storylines, but, still athletes, but following storylines. Either way, it was around that time that I kind of was like, yeah, it's getting a little silly. Not that it always hadn't been. Let's see. moved to Texas, my friends would record Glow and send me and my sisters the tapes.
Oh, Glow. I'm going to see if I can find one thing real quick to play, and it won't get copyrighted. I'm positive of that. But
yeah, last time you did that, we got blocked in Belarus or some shit.
It is. This is one of the funniest things that I've ever absolutely. Oh my God. This is one of the funniest things that I've ever heard in my life. I'll never forget it. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully the sound will come through. Let me know, because this shit, I'll never forget this.
Really low.
Okay. So they got wrestlers on stage, right? These are wrestlers. This is when it came out that it was entertainment, okay, and it wasn't real. And this was a little, not a press conference, but just a little thing. Let's see, and real quick, audio. You may be able to pump it up on the actual. Turn the volume up. No, I don't think so. All right, I'll give it a shot. Take it easy, man.
Yeah. It's still low. You can hear it a little bit. You can hear that.
Take it easy, man.
Yep.
That's Terry Funk, by the way, who's saying, take it easy, man.
Take it easy.
It's still real to me, damn it. Fucking dude, oh my God.
That's
Oh, Christ. Oh, I'll never forget that. Oh, God. That was like, God, that was such a long time ago. E-Bombs World. Remember that? E-Bombs World?
Yeah. E-bombs. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that in a long time. There used to be all kind of shit on there.
Oh, God. Poor guy.
Oh, all right. Let's talk about some fantasy. It's a fantasy world, but do we prefer it? We're talking about G.I. Joe's a realistic fantasy toy line, right? So how much fantasy do you want mixed in with your G.I. Joe?
So being a fan of like the military aspect, I didn't like it whenever they started introducing like, for instance, like aliens. Like, and people say, well, you like the Fatal Fluffies, right? You love the cartoon, right? Yes. But when it came to my figures, just specifically talking like figure line, I was pretty hard line, right? You grow up in the Cold War era, you grow up with Red Dawn and all these, Cold War movies and shows. For me anyway. And so when G.I. Joe came out, it was like the perfect blend of like military with a different take with vehicles and stuff like that, right? Like, if you what the hell was that?
Oh, that was my phone.
I was like, dang, dude. All right, then, you could have muted yourself.
Well, I got one. I got one earlier, and I meant to actually say I looked at it, and it was Walmart updating Monkey Wrench.
So like, ninjas I was okay with, because also at that time,
Road Pig and Orc.
at that time, ninjas were a big freaking deal, right? Like, you had all those 80s ninja movies coming out, and every mall in America had an Orient Way or a ninja, Asian store that would sell swords and tabby boots and ninja stars and shit.
Hang on.
And you got your Judy chop, all right? You got your karate chop, and you got your ninja chop.
Yes. So I lean more into the military aspect, and I think I still hold that stance. Like, I don't we're talking about classified, I don't really want, crystal ball is about as far as I want to go. Now Cobra Law, and that's the kind of, that's where for me, even though I was still getting toys, Cobra Law was a real big turning point for me because even though yes, I had those figures, I got those guys and gal. Well, no, she went out. Yeah, no. Yeah, there you go. So Cobra Law for me was like that was a line too far. I was like, this shit is getting real goofy. Because up until then, I'm looking, and I'm also reading the comic, right? And in the comic, yeah, you've got inventions like the brainwave, and stuff like that. But ultimately for the figures, I really don't want that fantasy element. It's not for me. Sci-fi, if you're talking, laser guns and stuff. But once you start getting into magic and stuff like that, I'm good. I'm good on that. It's and if somebody else likes, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? We all like what we like. And I liked fantasy movies. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, anyone that anybody could name, I probably watched it and loved it. Right? Any fantasy movie. But when it came to GI Joe, I have a pretty hard line stance. Like there's a certain line that I just don't want to cross with it. And I just really like more of the military aspect. You can get a little funky with it, with some of the vehicles and stuff like that, but I really don't want that aspect. And if they do have some figures that come out that are along those lines, I'm probably not going to be interested.
Yeah, and I think it looks like Chad is kind of going the same way, kind of echoing that. Woody says we didn't have a store. The gas station used to sell all that shit in the hood. Or what are we talking about? Laser guns?
Damn, are we talking about? No, were you talking about RoboCop Detroit City?
Cobra Law.
You talking about Detroit?
Old Detroit. Jay says 70 military, 30 fantasy, and Jeremy says that's fair. That sounds about right. I
mean, and Lone Dragon, with the comment about, as far as fantasy, military, sci-fi, just the ninjas kind of calm those down a little bit.
Yeah.
It is interesting in this day and age that the fascination with ninjas, like it had its time because it was big. It was a big deal.
It
really was. It was a big freaking deal. I dressed up as a ninja for like 2 or 3 straight Halloweens. But it was an easy costume. But the fascination's really not there now. Not in the mainstream anyway. And so yeah, I understand that comment, Lone Dragon, that they definitely have pushed that. Ninja Force is coming. We know it, right? You've got it, it's already here.
Well, yeah, we've got
right. It's
nunchuck, slice and dice.
And we got Arctic Storm Shadow a long time ago, which is one of my favorite figures. But I understand that comment. And to some people, G.I. Joe is ninja. To some people, Snake Eyes is their top of the mountain, right? Like,
yeah,
they wouldn't push that figure so much if it wasn't so popular.
I mean, he's the face of the brand, and it
works. And it was a cheap way to push a figure out the door. With no
even then, when we were reading the comic, and even back then, later, it started getting way too ninja heavy. But I mean, who didn't want to be Snake Eyes? I mean, minus the face and not being able to talk.
Yeah, I mean, those are shitty things to have happen, but you're banging a redhead and you've got, it's like, yeah, sure, why not?
Georgia redhead,
and
yeah.
He's a badass too, right? No,
yeah.
But yeah, that's just for me. It just, I like to keep it more in that real world application, military style place there. It doesn't, obviously it doesn't mean there's not room for some of those elements, those sci-fi elements, or a crystal ball, right? Your Cthulhu kind of thing, which wasn't there to begin with. They've added that, and you know what? Again, knocked it out of the park. So I give them all the credit in the world for kind of bringing that to that figure. But I mean, even back then when we had like, Raptor, it was like, who is it? What is this guy?
87 went way the hell off the
Right.
rails for a lot. I think they lost a lot of us in 87.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention, and most of you have probably already watched it. Destro is my spirit animal.
Oh my God.
Watch the Raptor video. That shit is priceless.
It was, and his skits. I like him. I like watching him. I like his videos. His skits are fucking hilarious.
But that one,
that Raptor video, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty good shit. I'm
actually gonna link it.
Yeah, if you want to put in the thing, but if you haven't watched it, it is funny. Like it's very creative. But yeah, not to get off topic though. Yeah, that is just kind of where I fall. And for some people, they love that aspect. Maybe they love the space stuff. That's their GI Joe. That's where they came in, right? Or some of the more fantastical elements that maybe started getting added or whatever. But for me, I'm good on that kind of stuff.
Turk wants to know if you remember Crawl.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I hadn't seen Crawl in. I ain't seen Crawl in 30 years.
You can name them all. What's the Tom Cruise one? But then you've got Dark Crystal. You've got Beastmaster. You've got just all of I love all of those things, but I like them for what they are. Not right. Like, yeah.
Frank says back in the day I was 50-50, but now I'm 100. I'm guessing like just military stuff.
Right.
Jetman says, never read the comic. Was Cobra Law in the comic? No, Larry Hama refused to write them into the Marvel comic. They appeared later in the later itinerations, but they weren't in Marvel. Hama said that was where he drew the line. Let's see.
Cobra Law was just fucking stupid. I'm sorry. It was
in the way they were presented. I think so too.
I get it.
Stu for lunch is in the house. What's up, man?
What's up, Stu? You want to bring in new toys, right? You want to bring in new figures. That's what it is. It's a toy sale. You're right. It's what Transformers did. It's what everything did. It was advertisement for new toys, new lines, but it was so stupid. It was so stupid, and kind of. I get where they were going. It just kind of went, even with the cartoon, even like there was no hint of this. There was no, and it just all of a sudden you're like, what?
Yeah.
You see, and is it an allegory? Is it an allegory message for these people who were driven from their home and had to live underground or go somewhere where they, I don't know. Maybe.
It was just such a such a deviation from even anything that we'd already had in the comic. It was so out of left field. And before I get too far down, this Lone's comment here, Lone Dragon, the Phantom Brigade, Spell the Siren, the Golden Fleece.
Okay, we talked about that earlier today, right? We talked about that earlier today, and are we separating like cartoon from classified line? Because yeah, man, like don't get me wrong, the Excalibur episode with Storm Shadow, I brought that up earlier to you, turning the GI Joes into cartoon children looking kids. There's
Once
so many.
Upon a Joe,
Games Master, there's a lot of goofy shit, but again, the cartoon had certain liberties that I don't think the figure line maybe had or didn't want to go to. And the comic was definitely geared more towards like serious
people
topics and people getting killed. They used that, that's what that was for. And I'm glad that there was a delineation there, that they didn't all, right? Like they didn't all. Frank says 100% fantasy. Just fuck all the real shit.
Yeah, I don't want no real shit. And then Mark says there were so many cool real world pieces of tech I wish they worked off of Night
Yes.
Raven's
Yes.
SR-71
There you
jet
go.
based on the B-70 that had the Joe look. A
Right.
lot of it was. I mean, there was a lot of real world elements to a lot of the vehicles. I mean, some of them, especially the longer that it ran. I mean, when you get tanks that can drive under the ocean and then,
Well,
come
and
up.
Viper Scout, and I brought that up to you earlier with the Fang, right? Like you just kind of got to roll over the side, but then on top of that, where's the parachute in the cockpit in the first place? Right? Like where's it at?
You should have been visible on the dude in the cockpit,
And
right?
that's just, yeah, I mean, and that's just one of those funny things. But like some of those vehicles, when you look at some of those covers of the box art, and you start wondering, like this sumbitch would get his head blasted off by the
The
flame of the
rotor.
rocket, or
yeah, the stinger.
right, like just depend on the vehicle, or he's on hanging off. He's on a side rail on a vehicle where he would obviously get thrown off of. You wouldn't be able to. It's excuse me. It's funny because some of those are really entertaining to look at, but and that's a whole nother question. I guess really this is more about are you more on the more military kind of real world application part of it, or are you kind of on the I'm down for whatever? And if you want to introduce some zombie Joes, I mean we got some things that coming out, obviously coming up soon, that we've seen with the which one is it? The wolf head and the fucking snake.
Ghost Viper.
There you go, Ghost Viper, right? And then obviously you had your what, mole rats, right?
Mole rat.
And your Energon universe, which I'm actually curious about that. They were going that direction, and then they pulled way back on the Energon universe, right? Like they just totally abandoned it.
That's something that I wish they had something more of a concise narrative, because all we get is what little bit they may tell us on a fan stream. Most of our information on what narrative they're trying to tell comes from the write-up. I've learned more about what they're trying to do with the characters from reading the description on Walmart than anything they've given us. And Energon is something that I was really wanting to see a story for. And sure, we got the Energon universe, they're tying it into the cartoon, but they can't keep up. They can't match it, they can't they're debuting figures far before they can work them into the comic, but we're getting that narrative. So I was really hoping to see more of an overall story.
I'll be honest,
of the Energon with the figures.
I thought that's where we were going with Classified. I actually thought we were going to get Transformer crossover shit, like not the 3 3/4 inch and the little Thunder Machine, his tank, blah blah blah. Like I thought that's where the line was going. Not just, hey, we're going to update these figures and just keep it clean and simple, and this is what we're going to do. I thought they were about to get freaky with it. And the thing of it was, I was along for the ride on the Energon universe because I think there's room for the real world military application and involving Energon and energy and lasers and shit like that. And with the Transformers. So I really thought that's where we were headed to at that time.
Yeah.
And I was okay with that. I was like, okay, cool, let's do this. So you got the comic you coming out. You've got this world that you're trying to build. And I thought that's what Classified was going to do. And they just kind of have done more of, hey, we're just going to kind of mock up these figures that we've had for years, right? The originals, and we're going to dress them up a bit, and we're going to bring them to you in a new, fresh way. But I actually really thought we were going down the Energon universe lane, and again, I was okay with it.
And I love the mole rat. It's a shame that it's made so terribly, but the whole idea and the whole vibe of the mole rat, I was like, yeah, give me some stuff like this, because everybody was saying, I don't want zombies in G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep, for sure.
And I'm over here like, well, they're not really zombies. You can see how it could kind of work. Like the
Right.
energon it's like a mutagen, that's transforming them. So I was really hoping to see some more of that kind of stuff. And then we got more of a story from box art than what we've actually been given.
Yeah, and I wonder if where like Matthew had a comment about Cobra is totally, 100% Cthulhu or totally Cthulhu earlier.
Mm,
Yes, but I guess where are we coming from? Are we coming from now? We're gonna because I love the cartoons. That's my heart and soul. And there's a lot of fantasy in those cartoons, and I enjoyed every minute of that. Are we talking about strictly with our toys and the line? Where's that going? Are we talking about let's bring in those comic elements and those fantasy comic elements and make figures out of those things? Are we talking about, again, from the comic aspect, not yet, but you see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, are we just going to kind of just do 1-to-1 with new uniform and colors for the figures you had as a kid? Or if they decide to bring in those fantasy elements, do you want that in your figure line, or are you good with it just being in the cartoon? That's where it needs to stay. I don't need to buy Mara. I don't need to buy, whatever. It's like so I guess in a way that's also part of that conversation. How much are you willing to accept into this line of some of those things? Right. The cart it's because really it's the cartoon that's
it's the cartoon stuff.
Yes.
And I think it's kind of like you hear Lawrence say it all the time. Like people, we say we want this, we say we buy this, and sometimes they give it to us, and it doesn't sell. So, Cold Slither is an example. Like the FOMO sold most of Cold Slither. I mean, there were people that wanted it. You and I wanted it. We talked about it a long time ago on here, wanting how awesome would it be if they did Cold Slither. And then you get all these people that are like, it's stupid, I don't want it. And then there's this great big blow up, all these people that didn't want it, now they can't get it. So would it be like that with other stuff? Because there's far too much of it to make all of them exclusives. They would have to do a subline of like cartoon accent characters. So honestly, I'd like to see it. I don't know that I could buy or would buy any and everything, but like rework classic Storm Shadow and, give him Excalibur, give him a giant column that comes in 2 pieces that he can cut, the Phantom Brigade, you can do the translucents, stuff like that would be for really diehard cartoon collectors. I think the market for it is there, but it is small. I would like to see some of that stuff worked in, but it's almost like you have to keep 2 separate like continuances running with your shelves. Like if we get that stuff, you're gonna have to have like a cartoon shelf.
Yeah, if that's how you display, your stuff, or you like to kind of group it together.
This is a good comment from Mark.
That's pretty wild.
I always figured Worlds Without End was a world where Thunderbolt Ross got command to Joe instead of Hawk. Puts his faith in technology, not his men.
I've long said that I want the cartoon into the classified line, like the Mass Device stuff. Give me some Weather Dominator stuff. Even if that means accessories, but I think I'm probably coming at it more from the design of the characters than I am some of those other elements involving in the cartoon, if that makes sense. That's why I like those Ultimates. It's just because
cartoon.
It's the cartoon colors, it's the cartoon faces, it's the cartoon look, and I love that. And so I'm probably coming more from that color palette and style of these figures rather than bringing in the fantasy elements from the cartoon into the line. That's more where I'm at with that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to I would like to see some of it in more of classified than the ultimates. I like the ultimates too, but
Yeah,
that's also where we thought we were ever going to see something like Cold Slither. So,
that's true.
it doesn't have the articulation or face it, the quality. So there's people that I think would want it. Blitz is in the house, and I'm probably in the minority to keep Joe separate. And I'm guessing that's from like the Transformers. There was a
Yeah,
Transformers.
yeah,
Talk
I saw that earlier.
Transformers.
Hmm.
So to do Joe and Former in 6-inch, I couldn't. Like, there's
Oh
no way.
yeah, no.
I couldn't. Um, Liquid says, I don't want an ancient magical reptile group, and I don't want a giant space robot either.
That's kind of where I'm at. I will say this. This team has done, and I think we'd all agree, an excellent job at making a believer out of you when you thought they couldn't bring life to a figure you thought was really stupid.
Yep. And we're all, we're all in the chat talking about Crystal Ball. So, Raptor. So some of
And
these
this one
things,
here,
this looks like one of the best
holy
figures.
shit! I know.
As far as color palette,
I know.
I grabbed some screen grabs from the movie. I didn't get the
Yeah,
figure, but we've seen it. We know it's coming. So
Yeah.
so I had her queued up because, this was the one Cobra Law figure that people did want was her,
Right.
and we never got it.
Never
when we were
got it.
kids. They did her in, I think, Collectors Club, but
I just felt like Globulus as a figure. I mean, it's hard to play with.
it was terrible.
You just couldn't do anything with him. And obviously, if they're going to do him now, he's going to obviously have his pod, and that makes it a lot easier. And then if you want to bring him out, you can, but that makes it much easier to actually play with that figure, to do something with that figure if he's going to come with that pod.
Yeah, and then Viper Scout says Monster Force is a thing.
Yeah, I mean, for those that if you're really want that, obviously that's available, and yeah, I'm with you, man. Yeah, give me a classified Fatal Fluffy. I both versions.
Yeah. I mean, they'd have to come together, right? With
Absolutely
the Mugwai and the Gremlin. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, Frank, that's something I always thought would be awesome. A Shipwrecks.
I mean,
barge.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The problem is really ultimately there's so much, right? Like there's so much, and they just can't make it all, and we can't buy it all. We'll try, but there's so much out there that it really becomes an issue, right? That like they can only manufacture and put so much out at a time. They can't flood you with everything, right? And so I get it. And that last what was that last comment?
I don't know. I'm way.
It was Old Snake. I'd love.
Oh yeah. Old Snake. Yeah, and Frank says he's got the 1/18 that came with 2 bats. That was
Right.
I think a Joe, was it a Joe Con? It was an exclusive somewhere, but it's badass.
And Lone Dragon, as far as making the entire line based off of the cartoon and comics, yeah, I understand that too. That makes sense in a way. It definitely makes sense, and I can understand because I think people would buy them.
Oh, everything's already available. No waiting for stuff to come out. Clint Jorgensen's in the house. Pretty unfair to the Knox. They can't compete in the Arctic. I don't know. They did okay in
I think
Revenge of Cobra.
I think they don't bother them at all.
Me blooming bloody nose, or bloody runny nose is froze. Me bloody nose.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think they'd be just fine. Vamp Redeco is the Hound. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
Yeah.
Just the Vamp, but mark it up like a Hound, like
As
the military
Hound.
Jeep, the Energon Hound.
Yep, as Hound, and yeah, that'd be cool.
That's how you'd get me to buy another Mark 1 Vamp.
Right.
Madgus, no Cobra Law figures yet. Well, man, if you can hold out after we we get Pythona.
Yeah, I was gonna say that figure what we've seen looks fantastic. That's gonna be difficult to not want to get, but if you just ain't into it, you're not into it.
Yeah, I would love that version of Shipwreck with the beanie, like the dock worker. They made him in because that coincided with Devil's Due, and that was that wasn't Joe versus Cobra? Was that Valor versus Venom, Jeremy? When they got to Shipwreck, I love that Shipwreck. As terrible as those figures were, and we didn't realize it then because we were just so happy to have new Joes. Jamie Bonson is here. What's up? I think they're leaning more toward the cartoon than the comics. More people have nostalgia for the cartoon than the comic. Yeah, it's kind of what we've been talking about is, where are the comics figures? But apparently they are eventually coming. Matthew says Old Snake was a G.I. Joe Collectors Club exclusive. Yep, Spy Troops. That's what it was. So I think, I'm happy with the mix of the fantastical stuff because they've been able to, like we talked about. I mean, they found a way to make Raptor pretty cool. Crystal Ball is awesome. Even Big Boa. I mean, Big Boa was in my top 5 last year. That's how much I like what they did for Big Boa. So would anybody ever want to see like a classified style mashup of stuff of any properties like we're talking about fantasy? And I don't not like aliens or anything like that. Is there any market for like y'all were talking about Dungeons and Dragons, because Hasbro's got the D&D license and they're actually some pretty decent figures, but you think they could ever pull something like that off? I don't know if they could. It looks like Pop bought it again. Oh, there he is. He's back. Working out the kinks. Space Force and Joe Extreme before OG 13 are done. I think we're gonna get them. There he is.
My okay. Not only am I losing my mind and I'm not sleeping, but now my computer is just randomly deciding that it's going to restart itself.
Oh, it just restarted itself?
Oh, yeah. No, it just said your device encountered a problem and it just fully restarted and started back up and saved all the settings for some reason. I don't know what happened, but anyway, yay. This is a great time for me. All right. So, yes, I do have weird kinks, Matthew. So I'm trying to remember what the fuck I was about to say. Damn it. Someone make you cuss. Having that happen in the middle of a stream, that will make you cuss. They'll use it. Yeah. It's like Carlin using all the was it the 7 dirty words or 9 dirty words?
Yeah.
I think I used every one of them.
Well, I was asking if there's any kind of market for a crossover like with the D&D line, because Hasbro has that license.
Oh yeah. I guess you could look at it like the original line where they brought in Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's what I'm wondering is a crossover, like kind of like they did with that, but with just some bizarre properties to completely take everything out of their space, out of what we know it as.
I just don't feel like there's is there anything like identifiable out of D&D that you'd say, yeah, that character and that character, right? Or is it just a generic crossover?
Way back up when they were talking about it in the chat, Viper Scout actually had I'll never find it, but Viper Scout had typed out who could do what. I don't know enough about D&D. Like, it's not something I would like, but I might get the odd figure if it really looked cool or was a character that I like. Like, like Hawk is a wizard, or so whatever. I might. I
don't think it would do well. Not in that aspect, and I'm kind of with Blitz here. And also liquid, that from what I understand about how that D&D license has kind of been going, and even in like the video game aspect and other tabletop and stuff, maybe. Yeah, I I just don't think it would do well. I mean, it's not that they wouldn't try, but number one, there's really no demand.
Yeah.
And number two, why would you waste resources on something that's very risky proposition when most companies now are extremely risk averse?
Oh yeah.
I just don't see where it would make up any noise,
And I
right?
think and I think Hasbro, at least with the classified line, they're doing a good job at taking some risk. And I just saw this. So hit and run is
Oh
monster.
wow, that's pretty good. I mean, whoever would it could and whoever in the line would have a ghillie suit would be your Moss Man, right? Or Moss Man with a ghillie. Is that the same thing? Yeah, I I don't know.
it's it's just a Moss Man's just a ghillie suit.
I'll tell you
Moss
what
Man ghillie suit.
I tell you what I don't want to see is what they have done with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle line.
Bush
Oh,
Viper.
Bush, yes, give it to me. August of
That's
'77.
yeah, that's August of 27. That's the female Moss Man.
Right.
Bush
Yeah,
Viper.
it's just like every time I go to Target and I see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossed over with this property, and it's just and I'm like, okay, like it's just I don't know, they don't seem to sell.
And Viper Scout Hello Kitty is crossing over with TMNT at McDonald's. Is that
That's okay.
for real?
See, that's what I'm
For real?
saying. Like, I'm not, if that is in fact real, that's just not something for me that it's like, yeah, if you're a TMNT fan, is that something you're interested in? Does that do okay? Right? I mean, I don't know that it does. And for GI Joe, look, I'm not saying every fan base isn't particular, but I think we've seen that this fan base is very, very passionate,
Oh yeah.
very passionate about what they get. And I'll tell you, it's got to be a blessing and a curse to be in charge of an IP with a built-in fan base, because you make one misstep and you might not get over it. Like,
I
that's
mean,
how bad it can be.
I mean, I blast them weekly. So,
I know.
there's some people that are just going to be like,
I
nope,
know.
that's a bridge too
and
far.
and may very well be watching this stream from earlier where we were talking about some of the issues about the app, or just payment and
Yeah.
pre-orders and stuff. But they're real.
Yeah.
We're not making it up. It is real, and it bears conversation. Everything bears conversation. But so if you're making shit up, you're right, speculating, then I can understand. If I was someone that was on a team, if I was someone that was, I saw people just speculating and talking shit about me or about whatever, like, then yes, I fully grasp that concept. But if you just encounter real world things that are happening, then that does bear conversation, and I think it's valid. And really quickly, Todd C, GI Joe, Labubu, please don't have these GI Joe fans out here going cuckoo crazy over GI Joe Labubu.
knocking over stores and
No,
shit. You
no,
think
it'd be
we
like
complain
Christmas
now?
and like 83 Cabbage Patch Kids. You know what I'm
That
saying?
would be every exclusive that they've done times 10.
People be beating each other up over these things. Let's set there.
Jetman's, I'm actually collecting the Jada toy Street Fighter 2 and implementing them in classified. I can't, seriously, I can't, like, for some pictures or something, fighting or whatever.
Sure.
I need to do more. I've done a couple. I've never been one to mix lines. The Jada figures are awesome. They're just too cartoony for me.
They very cartoony.
To mix with classified. I mean, I love them. I've got at least one of every one they've made so far. I love them. I can't put them with classified on the shelf. Madgus, yeah, you're right. D&D would be best left in the hands of Mythic Legions, 4 Horsemen. Because that's right.
It's right there.
It's what they're kind of doing, right?
Yeah.
Motu with Joe. That'd be a good stream. Like pick a property and try to put who's who in and cross them over. Who would play who or be who? I think that would be fun.
Okay, I get that. I get that.
Just for fun. That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
there he is.
Crusty old crow's in the house. Sorry, I'm late working on a vid. Ran long. Well, you're here, Crow. That's what matters.
Right.
I will forgive you as long as you hit that like button, buddy. No. Oh, let's see. Yes.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, I can't pay attention to that. They're everywhere.
Matthew wants to know if you've got Pythona yet, Crow. You probably ought to ask Adam.
Right.
Robo Joe, that's one Crusty old Crow really wants is Robo Joe. He's
Robo Joe.
He's chomping at the bit for Robo Joe. And well, this just reminded me, has anybody seen the damn Jada Scooby-Doo toys yet?
Oh, yeah, I forgot all about those.
Shouldn't we have had them like a month ago? I haven't seen anybody shipping them yet other than Robo got them.
See, here's the problem with trying to bring other lines is that most of them are so cartoony and so exaggerated, they just don't fit the G.I. Joe profile. Yeah. Because even with a raptor, even with a crystal ball, even with some of your more outlandish figures, they still look like real people with real dimensions and real human bodies. And Motu do not look like real human bodies, right? They're overly exaggerated, weird little legs and weird little arms with these squatty bodied looking fucking big giant barrel chested things. And then turtles, right? They're overly I mean, so it's hard to envision that crossover.
Yeah.
Because G.I. Joe is more real world, and those others are very cartoony and outrageously proportioned.
You'd have to really tone one of the two up or down.
Star Wars would be your closest, in my opinion.
Could you imagine?
Oh, I've imagined it.
I know we imagined the hell out of it when we were kids.
Mm-hmm. But, Star Wars would be your closest.
Those would be two flavors that, if with some work, I think could possibly.
Who's Han Solo in the G.I. Joe world?
It'd have to be Flint.
I would assume, but he's a little too disciplined, in my opinion. I don't know. But I'm with you.
Flinty faces. And Lone Dragon says Entertainment Earth just tried to charge him for Shaggy and the Creeper.
Okay.
Of all the places to do it first, EE.
Right.
All the places that could get him. Hell yeah, Matthew. Hell yeah. Jada, Shaggy, and Scooby running from the Mythic
That's
Legion.
pretty good.
Horseman.
Well, he'd take a picture of that.
I have thought about that as well. Running from any of the Mythic, the Skellies or anything. So let's see. I just kind of, that shipwreck for Han.
Yeah, there's somebody in there. I'm not quite sure who it is, but there's somebody in there. But yeah, to me, Star Wars would be kind of your only other natural line that resembles somewhat real world proportions, right? I mean, your aliens obviously don't, but as far as your human characters,
Ponda Baba is really part of Cobra Law.
Yeah, right. What's
like you?
Who's Jabba?
Oh man.
Banta
Poodoo. All right. So any other comments on the fantasy stuff? I think I'm happy with where it's at. And for me, I've said it before, like Cobra Law in the cartoon, I can make it all work. I just have to look at it like it's another reality. In my mind, Cobra Commander is always going to be a car salesman that kind of went off the rails. But if I look at it in another, like a alternate universe, I'm all right with Cobra Law. They just really should have gone with more of the created route than the they've always been here route.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Frank, I thought that was the Blue Oyster Bar. Wait, what?
Could you imagine Globulus dancing in the Blue Oyster Bar? His little snake tail, like wrapping around somebody. This time worm reaches the end of this stick. We're going out back.
Yeah, look, I think we all. Well, you know what I was gonna say, and that's pretty good right there.
Yeah.
So I was not happy with Nemesis.
Yeah.
And do I think they're going to do a great job with the rest of them? I assume so. But Nemesis did not turn out the way many of us thought it was going to. I really don't think so.
Well,
And
it was just made poorly.
Yes. So
fine.
So then Globulus, right? How is that going to be made? How is that going to be put together? What does that look like? Right? How is he going to fit into his pod? Are you going to remove the tail and stick him in his pod? That's my guess.
Yeah.
The tail is removable. Half a body. No legs. No legged motherfucker.
I have no legs.
Eddie Murphy on a little rolling board, trading places.
I got no doubt that Globulus will look cool. I just hope that they can get whatever they're going to do for the construction of him right. I mean, we talked about it a bunch, the swappable thing and the articulated ratchet tail.
And we're going to see that as Lenny kind of put it, like the chitin, right? Armor pieces, pauldrons, probably. You're probably going to see that kind of thing on them, right? Just to match, just to go with the theme.
I do hope when we get Royal Guard, it's either a 2-pack or I'd like a male and a female Royal Guard. I'd like to see a female Royal Guard. I think those would be cool. You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Diane. Don't you ever touch my balls without asking. Yeah. I mean, that's really far as the fantasy. I just wanted to kind of take the temperature of the room and see what people thought. How much is too much.
Yeah. I think most people are kind of either on like that 70-30 or higher percentage of more real world kind of applications rather than, introducing some of those elements. I mean, obviously we know some of them are coming, but,
and nobody wants D&D Joes.
No, nobody wants that shit.
There are Turtles Joes. There are crossovers out there that Joe could probably pull off, but
I mean, obviously the Transformers being the easiest one.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's already been done. I mean, it's but God, I can't even imagine the scale of a classified Transformer.
No, but if they do it. If they ever did it, it'd have to be big enough for one to fit in it. So
exactly. Right.
When it's in vehicle mode. So if you think like we were talking about mask, wanting 1/12 mask, same deal, right? You're gonna have a semi that you can fit Hulk or Duke or whoever in,
right.
And getting that thing to transform. I mean, it's gonna be twice the size of the snake.
Yeah, right. So what that would look like. But
I want that Gargantua.
Oh
thing.
yeah,
that thing looks awesome.
Yeah,
I want to get that. All right. I don't really have any other closing thoughts on the fantasy stuff. I think we made some good points and had some good conversations. So about time to get out of here. We've been going right at 3 hours.
Yeah, baby.
So Decepticon that turned into a stun, that That'd be sweet. Yeah, you got that. I'm put you on full screen. You got that. Found that Blokey's sound wave.
Yeah, baby. This thing is super cool, dude. And I really need to put him and Megatron together. I really do. Like I need to get on that so I can put them out. I mean, there's no reason to keep these guys in a box, but Megatron looks absolutely amazing. This one looks absolutely amazing. This is the look that I love for this particular
Oh hell yeah
figure, and for those particular the blockies. Like I think that like the Optimus that they have, I'm not as thrilled about that one, but the Megatron, the Soundwave, and those larger ones, man, I absolutely just adore those things. I think they're just so much fun.
Madgus says, smash that like or you're buying the first round at the Blue Oyster. And then Matthew says, you're never going to have time to build that model. They do take a minute. Crow built, he has the Megatron. He built that Megatron. It looks so badass.
It's cool as crap, man. You got
but
too.
They just announced Devastator, so that's the one. Like, man, I love Devastator so much. Probably my favorite. Him and Megatron, Starscream, probably my favorite Decepticons. But I love Devastator.
You know what? And Woody, you have a great night, buddy. Let's see.
War Chest is in the house. What's up, War Chest? Frank says, "May Cobra Law be in your dreams tonight."
I can't even see. I can't. I'm like, I can't even see this thing. Getting old sucks. Yes, there we go. So you get Ravage, Laserbeak, Ratbat, and Rumble.
You get them all.
Yeah. And then you get these alternate modes for Soundwave, and you get alternate Laserbeak mode, which is the cassette that fits inside. But you get off, you get all those guys. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So anyway, what's up? Yes,
I'm digging them. So what you got coming up over on the Pop Blender channel, or that will be featuring Pop Blender?
Yeah, well, and I mentioned it earlier with Legend Series, Talking Figures on Friday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, and then 5 Central, Talking Figures with Legend Series, and it was fun. I think it's a pretty good episode anyway, but we had a lot of fun talking, and he makes it really easy. And then it's kind of like talking to speaking of which, talking to Punk with Toys. It's the same thing, like good questions, just easy conversation. So that's a lot of fun, man. I can't wait to actually go back and watch it and pick myself apart like we all like to do. It's just one of the things we do to ourselves. But other than that, I will have a stream Sunday night. I missed last Sunday. I will have a stream Sunday night. And obviously have a few topics for the Unfiltered at 10:30 Eastern on Sunday night. If anybody wants to drop by, feel free. Absolutely. It's not toys per se. It's definitely pop culture, political stuff. But right now, there's not much that's really sparking my interest in that realm. Unless a story pops up. That's the thing. That's the way it always goes. Other than that, next Tuesday with Matthew, Evening Blend. We've been, movies and TV. News comes out every day, and sometimes you can have the best laid plans, and then a story comes out that day, and you're like, okay, I gotta, we got to talk about that, right? And
big enough, you gotta step around what you was gonna do to bring it up,
right? So we'll see, but there'll be another episode of Alien Earth to maybe go over.
I've still got to watch 3. I hadn't watched the 3rd one yet.
I think you'll like it. Okay, there's some interesting things. So if you guys haven't been watching Alien Earth, go check it out. See what you think. Let me know. But that's about it. So yeah, man. Obviously, I know you. This Friday, probably not gonna be doing a After Dark, right?
Probably not this Friday.
Okay.
Since you mentioned him, a Punk with Toys is in the house. What's up, Lawrence, or as some call him, Lenny? So I
As
don't know if
some do.
did you. I don't know if you heard that whole thing. So,
I did
okay.
not. So, but I can only imagine.
Somebody left him a shitty comment or left a shitty comment and called him Lenny instead of Larry. So now he's Lenny. So now he also has many names.
Anytime you either hate comment or something like that, you better make sure your ducks are in a row.
Yeah, better make sure you got your shit
Don't
right if you're
don't
gonna do it.
misspell, don't
Yeah.
call them the wrong name,
Yeah.
like autocorrect. You better make sure your message is right.
That's right. And I do want to say I like your light, your new light over there.
Oh, the running up and down. It's kind of fun, man. It's just for fun, you know. I probably will be changing my setup a little bit in the background, just a little bit. Different ideas and stuff. But yeah, it's actually pretty cheap. It's $10 at Walmart. It's a $10 kind of rope light, you know, and just kind of do what you want with it. But it's got a ton of options. It's fun.
Punk says I believe he also dirty deleted the comment, but screenshots are forever.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's great.
Right. So over here on 3-Star Draw, like you said, I'm not gonna do a 3-star after dark this week. I'm like I said, they'll be intermittent. But I do have I got to do a little packing Friday. I'm going to go to my camper this weekend. But Friday night, I understand it right now, as far as I know, I will be on Attack 'em.
Oh yeah,
a toy kind of mood. Friday night, he's going to do a stream on talking about the future of GI Joe, and that's all I know. So I don't know the particulars, but I think I will be on. Probably think we've got it set for the last segment, which he said will be about 7:30 my time, so 8:30 Eastern. So I hadn't talked to him a lot about it. He just asked me about it today. So as far as I know, I'll be on there Friday night. Let's see. I do apparently have Monkey Wrench coming this weekend, so probably be Sunday night before I get a review up on him, and then I will be back here next Wednesday with Krusty Old Crow for Backyard Battlefield. And that's what I got going on. And Stu says,
yeah, thank you, Stu.
Just subscribe to Pop Blender. Let's see where you're at.
God, I have just as many subs as I have videos. Almost.
Got to get them numbers up.
Yeah, no, it's called making normal, regular, short form content. But that's something that I'm actually going to be working on. Had a really great conversation with a good friend about some ideas and trying to kind of get it together here and get a game plan about really trying to push the channel out and how to do that. And so I've got a lot of great notes. So that's the key. You just can't do it with live streams, kids. That's just not going to work.
You're up to 182, so
yep.
You're almost to 2. So if you guys aren't subscribed to Pop Blender, as Stu just did, some pop culture and some movies, and once in a while some political stuff on his solo on Unfiltered. Go there and make sure you subscribing to Pop Blender. You got anything else that all that's going on, man?
Yeah, no, that's about it, man. That's about it.
Right.
Gonna try to start doing looking forward to some stuff. So I'm making a list of things that are coming out, shows, movies, and gonna start trying to do a little bit of some either hype and or what is the audience's thoughts. So Tron Ares, for instance, comes out, I believe, in October. If I'm not mistaken, that's something I kind of want to look into, start making some videos about, talking about, see if anybody's interested. Stuff like that. So that's kind of the game plan for right now. And just get a list together and just start making some 8 to 10 minute videos and try to get some engagement, baby. That's what it's about. But I damn sure love doing live streams. That's for sure.
Yeah. I like listening to them. So yours.
There's that.
Specifically yours. So, yeah. All right, y'all, we're going to get out of here. So still got 24 watching. So if you hadn't hit that like, kick that like on the way out. And thank you guys for watching. If you're on the replay, thank you for that. And we will see you guys in
2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Get ready for a surprise.